What's up, everybody, and welcome to Friday night, to the late night snack live. I'm fixing to bring the Austinator in. Let me bring him in real quick. What's up, Austin?
What up? What up?
How'd you like that new intro, man? How'd you like that new
Oh,
intro?
that was great, especially with the girl in there and
Exactly, man. I knew. I was like, man, you didn't know Austin can do moves like that, man. He was shaking that Spider-Man, man.
oh, absolutely. Oh, well, that's what I call my. Well, nope, I'm not even gonna go there.
I was almost. I was about to put this. I was like, man, I was about to have to,
I don't know. Last week it got really crazy, so I mean, we might have to keep that in there.
I have to keep that in there. It's been a crazy week so far. A lot of stuff going on in the news worldwide. A lot of stuff going on in the entertainment business. A lot of Marvel and DC stuff coming out. Wrestling stuff's come out. I know the big thing that I put on this week is Marvel versus DC. We've got a big year coming up. A lot of big movies. See who is going to be the champ at the end of the year. I mean, it's I think like 2 weeks away. Oh, is it this week? We got Batman coming out. It's this coming Friday, right? Or next Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first entry to this big battle, and then we got coming up Doctor Strange after that. So those two, it's going to see those two are the first to battle. And then when in the summer we got Thor 4, and then we got Black Adam. I would say they was pretty much going against each other around the same time period. And then in the fall we got it's either going to be Black Panther if they do get it scheduled, and Aquaman and the Flash. So a lot of big battles in there. And then we got the animation. I know DC is going to have some DC Pets animated movie, and I guess we're going to have the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. So there are a lot of battles in there. See who takes the lead on those.
It's gonna get interesting.
Very interesting. Let me see. Let me see what we got in the chat. We got Mr. G Major. What's up? He had an awesome stream earlier. He had an awesome stream earlier today. Fad's here. I'll bring him in here in a little bit.
What up, Fade?
We got Josh. What's up?
Josh?
And we got Courtney. What is going on? Guys, if you can't share the stream, I wasn't able to post it on Twitter today. So a lot of people may not think we even having a stream, because I know I had a Tuesday stream I had to cancel this week due to my co-host wasn't able to come on Tuesday night, so he was busy. So I haven't been able to stream. I had a hectic day of work the last couple of days too, so it's been crazy. Let's see. Let me see what Fat said. Waiting on to drag me in. You're waiting me to drag in. All right, I'll be in 1 minute. First one, I'm gonna let Austin. I know we had I know some of y'all don't like wrestling, but I know some of us do. I'm gonna let Austin, because once we get in this topic with Marvel and DC, we'll probably never get off of it. So, first I'm gonna let Austin. They had a big WWE main event this weekend, Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I had seen bits and pieces from the YouTube, so I know a little bit what happened. I haven't got the lowdown. Austin did see it, and I think you've already reviewed it once, haven't you, on your show?
I did not review it because I did not see the point to, because it was so painfully average. I had no reason to talk about it. Yeah, the Elimination Chamber, it was okay. I mean, it served its purpose. But it was just such a mediocre show that I really have nothing really nice or anything negative to say about it. Like, the matches weren't bad, but again, it's like they're so predictable that I was just like, I didn't really care. Like Roman Goldberg, it was Roman Goldberg. Like, what would you expect out of a Goldberg match? It was simple. Couple spears. They kind of brawled a little bit. Roman chokes him out. Okay, good. Short and simple. Goldberg, get out of here. The women's chamber, again, it was okay. Bianca winning was very predictable. There was really no memorable spots or memorable anything. It was just, I called it, Alexa, Bianca, we're going to be the final two. It was predictable. The booking of the chamber was predictable. It was just nothing about it was just any good. Like it wasn't bad, but it's not the worst chamber match I've ever seen. I feel like that's still around like 2015 Intercontinental title chamber match or the Extreme Elimination Chamber at December to Dismember. But it was just average. Let's see here. The Naomi Ronda Rousey match versus Charlotte and Sonya Deville. Again, who cares? It was predictable. Charlotte win, or Naomi and Ronda win. Ronda had her arm tied behind her back, but that looked bad. She great. She puts in the arm bar. And so I'm like, I didn't really care. It was just one of those matches that it's like none of these matches were long, but they felt way too long.
Yeah.
Drew versus Madcap. It was a fun match, I guess. I mean, it was a little scary when when Drew went for the reverse Alabama slam and then he landed on his head. Like that looked bad. Like legitimately, the fact that Madcap's even walking is a shocking thing. So I mean, it was okay. Again, nothing that was terrific. It was just Becky Lita. I thought Becky Lita, as far as an in-ring standpoint, it probably is the best match of the show, but that's not saying much. It was again predictable. Becky was gonna win. I mean, I thought the finish was kind of lame, but it was just. I mean, Lita looked great. I mean, I can't wait. I just want Becky to lose this belt because. The Usos, Viking Raiders. Oh, let me tell you,
the Vikings. They're back. I haven't seen them in a long time. The Viking Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, let me tell you, this match is so good, right? It didn't even happen. Like the Usos attacked them, and that was it. And I was like, okay, 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10, greatest match of all time. Like, you want to talk about Hogan, Andre, Macho Man, and Ricky Steamboat, your Flairs, Steamboat. No, the Usos versus the Viking Raiders in a match that didn't even happen. That was the greatest wrestling match I've ever seen.
Let me get this question real quick. She's not related to me. She's going out with one of my good friends in the wrestling business, and she's from Orlando. Well, actually, she's from Detroit. Actually, she's from your area. She's was born in Detroit, I guess. And they live in Orlando now, but she tours around Florida and Georgia, Tennessee, and all that. She's in CCW and a couple other indie promotions around there. Yeah, I got 2 videos. I got a couple more I need to post. That was funny. Them 2 videos, I got like 300 or 400 shares, and the other videos I didn't get as many. I wonder why, but no, she's not related to me. If you've seen them, check it out. It's on the
YouTube,
video.
pulling a YouTube. And then we got to the main event, the men's chamber for the WWE Championship. It was Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Austin Theory, Riddle, Seth Rollins, and Brock Lesnar. Which the fact that Brock Lesnar is an elimination chamber match in 2021 is freaking like, what the hell? Like if you told me a few years ago that Brock Lesnar would be showing up in cowboy hats,
he still got his cowboy hat and all that on.
Yeah, and asking Corey Graves, during like a freaking weigh-in, like if you wanted him to strip down naked, and Brock, don't get me wrong, I like Brock, I really do. Like I think Brock's out of his comfort zone where it's just like he's got a lot of personality to him. I really like Brock. I don't know if I necessarily would have booked him to win the chamber. I think it was very predictable. I thought it was just, again, the match itself was great. I like everybody in the match, but it was just so predictable. Like Bobby's hurt because he injured his shoulder in January, so he had to get taken out first. And so he got because Seth hit a buckle bomb on Theory through like the chamber pod that Lashley was in. And Lashley was hurt, so they basically took him out without him losing clean. And then, when Bob was supposed to come out, Brock was supposed to come out number 6, and Bob was supposed to come out number 5. And then Brock's like, "Fuck this!" And then he just kicks the chamber pod down, and he breaks the chamber pod. Brock kills everybody in the match, and and then the final 2 is Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar, which is then it's like, okay, Austin Theory's got no chance. And then, Austin Theory's trying to escape him. Brock Lesnar's freaking he's scarily he's because he's a fucking shit brick house. Brock Lesnar like climbs the chamber like in record time, and then he's like bashing like Austinator's head like through like the glass, and then Brock Lesnar puts him up for the F5. I'm like, there's two ways this is going. One, he's going to land on the floor, or B, he's going to chuck him out of the chamber itself. Which, if that happened, that'd been awesome. But that didn't happen. But whatever, it was still cool. Brock Lesnar won the title, which again, don't get me wrong, I like Brock, but it kind of beats the purpose of Brock even losing the belt to begin with, because like he literally dropped it at the Rumble to Lashley just to win it back, which it was just okay. But it's like, again, I think somebody on Twitter said it best. If they're going with the title unification between Brock and Roman for Mania, and they're unifying the titles, getting rid of the brand split, I'm okay with it. It just sucks that we kind of had to sacrifice an entire Royal Rumble and an Elimination Chamber.
Well, he won the Rumble, right? So Brock won the Rumbles.
Yeah, Brock won the Rumble. He lost the title, so technically he had a rematch against Lashley. So technically he would have gotten the match with Roman, but I think he would have faced Roman regardless. So it's kind of like, But I get it. If you're gonna do champion versus champion, title for title, I get you're gonna because technically they kind of did it in like 90 when Hogan won it and he faced Williams. But that didn't really count because that was when the Rumble didn't really mean you were getting a title match.
So it was a wasted Rumble then. Or is there anything between now and WrestleMania? I mean, how many more? Are there any more pay-per-views?
I think there's like one, and there's like the NXT show that's happening, but that's not happening till like the day of
Saudi Arabia. How about Saudi Arabia? Is that happening before?
No. The Chamber pay-per-view was actually the Saudi show.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing. I didn't know if they had one more, and then Brock was going to. You figure they'd make him lose it, or because I mean, basically, they've taken away a match from WrestleMania since they're not, giving that Royal Rumble challenge match, because it's pretty much, unification match. So they basically lost a match out of WrestleMania.
Yeah. So I mean, there's only two matches that are really confirmed right now. I think because they're doing WrestleMania 2 nights, which if you're gonna have WrestleMania like be 4 or 5 hours long, then I don't mind it being 2 nights, because it's like I really don't want to be sitting up at like Saturday.
It's in LA, isn't it? It's in LA this year, right?
I believe it's in Texas.
Oh, it's in Texas? Okay.
Yeah. And the only 2 matches that are really confirmed are the Brock Roman match that's happening on night 2. And then night 1, it's Charlotte Ronda for the women's title. And then there's like a couple other matches like Bianca, Becky, but that's not really confirmed when it's happening yet. And then Dominic and Ray versus, get this, The Miz and WWE superstar Logan Paul. And then Edge is facing somebody at Mania, which I hope it's AJ Styles. Please, for the love of God, please.
He just signed his contract. He upped his. I'll have to check it out. It's on. If it's on your website, is it on your website? I'll have to check it out. Your said he's got a nephew who wrestles up here. Yeah, or send me a link, or on Twitter send me the link to his site, and we'll check it out. What is it? I was gonna say. AJ just signed I guess he's extended his contract for I think 3 or 5 more years. I think I saw.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Which I mean, I could see why because AJ is at least doing shit,
Cesaro is gone. Cesaro is left.
Yeah, that was because I was on Twitter, I think it was like yesterday, and then I saw him what the fuck? I'm okay with it because the way they treated him, I understand.
It's like Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's come out with a bunch of crap on WWE. So they're going to AEW. They already got what's his name? Just showed up on AEW.
Buddy Matthews.
Buddy Matthews, yeah. He was up there against Malachi Black, and I saw a little bit of that. I was like, oh wow, because they had a little thing going right before they both got released from WWE. So,
and then now he's with the House of Black, and but the thing is though, and I think you may have brought it up, Tony Khan's not gonna be able to get everybody. Jeff Hardy, I think I heard he's already signed, or maybe we'll
go with his brother. They're gonna try one more big title run. They'll probably try to go after the Young Bucks and all them guys. You know, one more big. I mean, I can see them guys retiring pretty soon. They're getting up there in age.
And then I think because I could see Cesaro, but I don't know if it's like because right now it's like the problem with AEW's roster, and this is kind of the issue with WWE's roster, is that it's overbloated. You you have so many wrestlers in there that should be, in the world title picture, like Keith Lee. You got Hangman, who's the champ, Pentagon, Pac, Omega, and then now you're bringing in guys like, because you're bringing Cesaro, like it's too stacked, I think. And this is kind of one of those things where a world title and a mid-card title, unless Tony Khan knows what he's doing, you're kind of setting yourself up for a clusterfuck. Because, I'm pretty, because Adam Cole's facing Adam Page at Revolution. I think that's where they're going with it, which, I mean, at this point, Hangman had a solid title run. If they put it on Cole, it's fine. The only way I could see that making sense is if they're building up to Omega versus Cole with Fish and O'Reilly and, and having the whole big, Civil War, which it would be interesting. But to take the belt off Hangman after he basically just won it, I don't know if I would necessarily do that, especially when all your champions at this point have held the belt for at least 200, 300 days. So
I think that I've read something. I think the Hangman he's fixing to take off. I guess he just got married and had a kid or something. I was reading some kind of thing. So they might why they're taking it off of him. He'll spend time with, they'll say he got hurt or something, but spend time with the family and all that. And then that brings back with the Cody thing I was talking to you before the thing. I'm hearing that he's coming back. This was a big ploy, and he's going to come back with another faction and all that, which, would make sense. That would, shock everybody and everything. I think, and it could be WD just teasing. They're just trying to get ratings. They're trying to say, oh, we bring Cody over, they could just trying to get some ratings over there, because, everything in WWE's been bad news and, everything's been, downhill. But, go back to Cesaro. Rumors, New Japan said he could possibly go to New Japan. That was another thing. If he don't go to AEW, New Japan is another one. I guess in the past he's wrestled with them before, and that he would fit in with that organization pretty good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's because he fits the strong style build that New Japan's known for. So Cesaro would make a lot of sense. For New Japan, maybe he could go to Impact too, but even Impact's kind of
Impact is just, it's there. It's just like I hate to say it, it's like a bigger independent wrestling organization. They do have a TV contract and all that, but they're not at the same level as WWE. They were at one time, they were doing good, back in the day, but they're not. They're like a smaller. They're even like Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor even got up there, but I guess they're it's disbanded right now. But they're to me they're they got some good matches, some good shows. I got some good people on it, but it's like a big independent wrestling organization. Some of the shows, some of the ones I go to, and there's some bigger ones Evolve. I don't even know if Evolve is still around. Remember, I think WWE took them over.
Yeah, they did.
But you remember Evolve before that? They were a bigger, and that's where Malachi Black and all those guys came out of. Bro and all those guys, they came out of Evolve. There was a lot, and that was a shame WWE got rid of that organization, because that was a good way to bring up new talent. Josh, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. That was a great organization. It was a little below NXT. See, a lot of the guys went to Evolve, went up to NXT, and then NXT moved up to the main roster, and that was a perfect organization back in the day when Triple H was running. I think Triple H had a little bit of because he got the contracts with Evolve, and that's how he brought Malachi Black and Bro and I think Austin. I'm not 100% Austin Theory. I think there was a couple others that came from that organization. Keith Lee did come from there also. But see, and now is they've gone that at anti what I say independent wrestling organization, anti independent. They want to look for I guess athletes and sports and gymnastics and stuff, which ain't bad. It has no problem with it. Look how Kurt Angle came. He was perfect. He came from Olympic gold medalist, and he evolved it. But but I'm sorry, you need to have some technical wrestlers. We don't need every new wrestler to be a gymnastics or basketball player or a football player or something like. We need some technical wrestlers that's been in the hard working in those indies for like 5-10 years and moved up. So, and I think that's one thing that WWE has hurt themselves on. Oh, yes, Josh, I appreciate it, Josh.
And honestly, I know I keep saying it, but I honestly refuse to watch the new NXT. I refuse. Like, that is the one thing I refuse to even touch, because it is, because to me, it's not morally right to watch something that Vince McMahon literally took from Triple H and literally butchered it. And that's all. And don't get me wrong, I can at least see potential. I'm not saying I understand what Vince wants. He basically wants NXT to become developmental again, which is fine. I understand that NXT was supposed to be developmental, which is not necessarily the biggest problem. The only issue with that is you're kind of devaluing what made NXT. Like, yes, you can build up stars like Braun Breaker, like LA Knight, like those guys. Like, I get it, but the problem is NXT, they basically just made it into a fucking joke. Like, everything from the logo, the setup, Kevin Dunn, like everything about it. It just, because what made NXT so good is that it wasn't the main roster. They literally just main rostered NXT. That's
pretty much
kind of why it's like, I don't understand. Like, I get it if they were trying to say like, hey, look, we want to up production, we want to make NXT look like better than it already was. Because I get it. Vince is going to be like, well, I don't get this. But that's the problem. Vince McMahon does not get it. I don't even think he gets anything nowadays. I'm pretty sure the guy's like out of it as it is.
Yeah.
Like, Triple H understands the business. He's been in the business. He knows the politics. He knows everything. Like, so it's kind of like, I know Vince is basically doing it to punish him. We all know why he's doing it, but it sucks because I even go back to the original NXT before, like, they even went into like full indie, like when it was like still kind of developmental, but it was
Florida wrestling. What was it? I remember when before it was in it. It was a Florida kind of
Full Sail.
Well, yeah, Full Sail, but I mean before even NXT, it was Florida Championship. I think Florida
FCW, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that because I went and that's when Seth Rollins was. A lot of these guys, Roman Reigns, they were on it before NXT was NXT, and in the NXT when they first started, I've seen a lot of the main roster move up, and I've seen a lot of these guys and ladies move up, and then what they did and then the trainers and stuff, they had great trainers, and what they did to Regal, that was a shame what they did to Regal, Road Dogg, and all that, and they got the blackball because they knew they were Triple H. They knew Triple H, and they were his guys and ladies, and they took the fall for it being part of his organization. And it's sad because look at the quality you're getting compared to what you did. I mean, those guys could bring a show here to Fort, like a little town right 30-40 miles from me, is Fort Pierce, and they could put on an excellent show. They could put on a show that was as qualified, as good as some of the stuff you see on Raw. And I'd hate to see if they travel now the way they're doing. I don't think they're going to, because I think they have just hurt their fan base so bad now, especially getting rid of especially firing a lot of these main people that traveled these roads and got these fans for them, and you built that trust, and they just threw it away.
And it's just, and all of it, just reminder, that, if Triple H didn't love his kids, he'd probably make his own wrestling promotion. Like, Triple H honestly could buy Ring of Honor if he really wanted to, and just be like, all right, this is my wrestling promotion now. And then that's basically all he had to do. Or he has to, but I get it. I mean, there are conflicting stories. I mean, maybe it wasn't even the fact that maybe it wasn't even the fact he's being punched. Maybe it's because of his heart, problems and stuff.
Triple H is rough. He was.
But,
he might. He might. If once the old man, if something happens to Vince and he dies, or he gets kicked out of his own company, Triple H might do that. I mean, he has the stroke, and I think there's enough wrestlers in independent scene and on these other organizations that would come work for him. So,
definitely. Like,
he got Shawn Michaels. He got Shawn. What you got, fan?
That would seem like a real awkward night at home for Triple H and his wife, because they're like, "What do you mean, my dad? What do you mean your dad fired me? What?"
Well, they fired Shane. I mean, they fired his son. So, well, you know what? You never know. And I haven't seen Stephanie in forever, so she might not even be part of it either. So, yeah, it's the old man. Like I said, the old man's he's gonna go to the mental home pretty soon, or he's getting all up there. So, eventually, this company will get sold, or it's gonna be. I guess Tony Khan is going to take it over. It's going to be sold. I think Tony Khan said he's going to sell it. So, like in rumors of Disney or Fox or Universal NBC buying it, who knows? Like I said, if it could happen, we'll get a little mini land of WWE and Disney World if Disney buys it. They can put it on Disney Plus and all that stuff. Mando, he could take over and the Boba Fett wrestling. Have Boba Fett out there wrestling. But all right, guys, let's okay. That's probably enough. We probably run everybody off on the wrestling. So we'll do a little more next week with something whenever we hear some more news on that. What's going on, Fat Man? How you doing tonight?
Oh, I did a show with Josh earlier on some Star Wars stuff. Had a good show over there with him and the ambassador.
Cool.
That was a fun little show, and I've just been busy, really, just bouncing around shows, doing my thing.
I've been watching. I was at work, but I've been listening to stuff. Oh, I guess they had the preview for the media for the Galaxies or the Star Wars Cruiser, the up at Disney World. They
the Galactic Star Cruiser, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, so it's some of the Disney what y'all call them, shills or whatever, they're praising it and all that, and then people are just looking and watching their videos and they're like, what? And they watching all the people in there and they're falling asleep watching this thing, and it's like, oh my God. I was even the little they have a thing. Oh my God, it looks like they got a screen, a bunch of like TIE fighters flying around, and everybody's at these little stations, and they got a little controller. It looks like the controller from the original Nintendo, and they were like shooting. I was like, oh my God! I said, you paying $6,000 for this?
Yeah.
And then you got the blue face Kathleen Kennedy go up there and tell her that she's the captain, and there was famous people that traveled here. I guess Han and the
box truck and
oh yeah, it's like the box truck. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh my God, yeah. Gary and him had some pictures on that. It was funny as hell. They were showing the box truck travel. They did some little video and they were showing a box truck going back and forth. And it was like, oh my God, it's
for what you're paying for that, you're not getting a whole lot.
No, it's the equipment was cool. If this would have happened like 20 years ago with the technology, I'd be like, ooh, yeah, but this is 2022. That technology is old now. You can get that in your own home. So it's like it ain't like it's like Star Tours, the simulator ride. It's outdated. That's the kind of they've gone to that kind of technology. It's like, God, this stuff is, or the 4D theater, like you see I know Universal just took Shrek out. That film was 20 years old. That technology you can watch in your own home now. It's almost, except the little sprayers and stuff, but you got your TV so it does 3D and everything. So
back in the day when I first went to Universal, the coolest ride there was that Jurassic Park thing they had for like ever. Like, I'm talking 20-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was the moving theater, and it took you through like going through the park and all of that.
Yeah. Oh, at Disney, the energy pavilion.
No. I'm talking about at Universal.
Oh, the boat ride. Yeah,
there was a Jurassic Park thing that they had at Universal when I went. I'm talking 20-something years ago, but it was interesting.
Yeah. It's just the technology sort of.
That's outdated.
That's the thing. It's just even outdated. Well, it's like even they got the Spider. We're going to talk about Marvel and DC in a minute, but the Spider-Man right there, it's still cool. I mean, but you can even it's starting to. It's already been 20-25 years, and it's starting to. So you see, it's like the excitement level is not there like it used to be. So they got eventually like I said, but they're charging $6,000 for this thing, and I'm like,
I originally I wanted to go to Galaxy's Edge back when it first opened, but then the pandemic shit happened, and I was never able to go. And now I hear that they've nerfed it out. Now it's not it's not what it was.
It's garbage. It's garbage. Well, only thing I would like to did that Rise of the Resistance ride. Well, they said the Millennium Falcon ride's cool, but it's like one and done. It's sort of like an upgraded Star Tours. But that Rise of Resistance looks cool, but now they got these they put all these like sneeze guard glasses all around the vehicle and all that. So it looks real cheesy. It's like, okay, we're going in Star Wars, but we got these protected glasses like you see at the gas station and all that,
Yeah.
It's kind of ruined that feeling and all that too. But all right, main topic tonight. We got DC and we got Marvel. It's a big year. A lot of movies, lots of shows. We got Batman coming out within a week, which I've heard both sides of, I've heard good reviews and I've heard people worried about it.
Well, the UK reviews, the UK just had their early screening over in England. And for everything that I'm hearing out of that is good.
Good, okay.
They're saying it's a good movie, it's gripping, stuff like that. And that's critics talking. So
yeah.
I mean, hopefully it's good. I'm going to give it a chance.
Yeah, I am too. But I wasn't worried about it. I heard about the predictions on the amount of money they expect into the for the opening weekend, and they got it under 100 million, from like 90 to 65. That's a little.
I've heard that actually went up a little bit. That there was something else that like brought that idea back up or something. Just prediction wise, just from everybody I know that's going to go see it and everything that I've heard, I'd say it might come in a little above 100 million. But I don't know if it's one of those movies that's kind of going to be catch or go. I think it might drop off in the second week. I don't know if it's going to, it's definitely not going to do Spider-Man numbers.
No,
but it may not do too badly. And if it makes more than 200 million worldwide, it'll be good. I mean,
yeah,
it'll make its money back. So we're just gonna have to wait for like that second week to see how the second week goes, because that's when a whole lot of other theaters get it, and like we'll see if it gets a drop off or if it keeps steady or whatever, and we'll just go from there.
Well, the embargo, they said they got the embargo like 2 days before it. They got it real close to where it launches. That was another thing. People was worried about that, why they holding off the embargo so long. So I was like, I want to see it. I'm excited to see it. I know, if you watch YouTube, some people were against it. Some people want to see it. So
I did hear that there was a person that made a fake profile. I think it was on Instagram.
Oh, really?
That supposedly reviewed it or something, or they made a video and they did a fake reviewer video or something. and somebody like downed it like bad, like they just launched into how bad it was. Oh My Diaz 23 did a video on it earlier today. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but he said that this person like made a fake. It was like a fake interviewer or something like that. Anyway, said something about it was horrible, blah 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 blah. But like they've proven it was a fake site or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of people trying to hurt this thing because it's not Snyderverse and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got a lot of the Snyderverse situation and that. The problem is, people they want it? If they want it to fail, you know how bad that's going to affect a lot of other movies. If, especially this, and this is, I would consider this movie their their top dog going into this year. I know they got other DC films, but I mean, you would figure Batman is definitely. Hey, Android, you want to pop? I got the link there if you want to pop it. But you think that's the? I know Black Adam's probably like number 2. Well, you got Aquaman too. So,
well, we got Flash coming out, and Flash. If this movie tanks, then that's going to look bad for Flash.
Exactly. But I did hear they greenlight a sequel, though. They did greenlight a sequel. I heard that today on Batman 2. They greenlighted a sequel, but
I don't know if they've exactly greenlit it, but I know that they're like talking about it big time.
Yeah.
I know that it was brought up, and that Matt Reeves has some ideas for it, and so does Pattinson. So, I mean, they're all for making a sequel. Actually, they want to like make it a franchise, but they want to just continue making the movies as long as they can get away with making the movies.
Yeah. If it tanks, then you can always greenlight something and then ungreenlight it real quickly. You can always go to a red light.
Well, a lot of the time right now, like nowadays, a lot of the time, what's going on is people are making movies and they're going ahead and saying, okay, well, we're going to go. A lot of production companies are going, well, we're going to go ahead and greenlight the sequel, but it's hinged on whether the first movie makes good money. That's what they did with Dune at Warner. They made Dune Part 1, and they said, well, we're going to go ahead and sort of greenlight the second one, and then like first weekend they made a shit ton of money, and they were like, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and say it's okay now. Like,
yeah, see, I didn't like that. Because I didn't like the way I'm like, holy crap! There's the way. I mean, to me, it was. I mean, it's a movie I didn't care for, but I'm interested to see the second half because the way it ended, it's like
The problem with it is like the two movies are that is based on a book, okay, and the book, the where they put this movie, where they ended this movie is halfway through the book, okay,
yeah.
And we always knew that was going to happen. What the first movie was build up to the second. The second is where the payoff's going to be.
Oh, okay.
That's where all the action's going to be. That's where he's going to come back and take back everything and take back his birthright and everything like that. This is like the slow build up character building stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this felt like the Lord of the Rings, the first one, Fellowship of the Ring. That's what it felt like to me. It's like, to me that was, I liked it, but that was a long goddamn first movie. And the second one was really good, and the third one, was definitely good.
When the second one comes out next year, when the second half of Dune comes out next year, go ahead and before it comes out, watch the first one again. And once you see the second one, you'll get the payoff of what that first movie was.
I sort of wish I wouldn't have seen it and just waited to the second one and watched them both together. I mean, it's
that's what a lot of people have said, that either they wish they put it out back to back, or they wish that they had just waited for the second one to be. But a lot of people jumped the gun on this one, and honestly, I blame it on Warner, because this is one of those movies that should have been already greenlit the second part, and they should have made them back to back. Like,
should have already been made, definitely.
Filmed them at the same time so they could drop them within a few months of each other. Like even 6 months apart would have worked out a hell of a lot better than what we're getting now. But Warner doesn't think ahead.
Yeah,
Warner doesn't think ahead.
2 years is a long time to wait between parts like that.
And, but it's like with, where Disney did better was with Infinity War and Endgame. They filmed them at the same time, so they were able to put them out like with a little bit of time between them,
Yeah.
So it's like there wasn't a whole lot of problem there. But a lot of people are, the problem with Warner is they don't think ahead. Now, with this Batman movie, I'm thinking it's going to be okay. I'm thinking it's going to make some money. I think all the haters are like the Snyder cultists that want to hate on everything that isn't Snyderverse in DC. I'm also looking forward to The Flash. I think it's going to be an okay movie. I wasn't for the longest time looking forward to it, but like I've heard some stuff and I know some stuff, and it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be fun, and I don't think it's going to destroy everything everybody thinks it's going to. Black Adam's probably going to make it just on the fact that it's got The Rock in it. A lot of people still like The Rock. I'm not real fond of him. Don't like his politics. But that doesn't mean I won't give the movie a chance,
Yep. Aquaman also, right? I think Aquaman.
I believe so. Let me check that. I'm trying to remember all the DC movies coming out this year.
Shazam, I think it's 2023. I believe. I think they're going to. I mean, what we're going to talk about tonight is we got Marvel and you got DC. Who do you think is going to come out the winner this year? I mean, I would say like the Batman and Doctor Strange are the first two at it. I think Batman is going to do good, but I think Doctor Strange is going to overtake it, though.
Yeah, I feel like in the short term, I think Batman's going to do really well, but Doctor Strange, I feel like, is going to outdo the Batman, mainly because A, it's a Marvel movie, B, it's the sequel to No Way Home, and also it's, from all the rumors that we've already heard about it, Doctor Strange is going to do better than the Batman, even though I'm actually, to be quite honest, I'm kind of more excited for the Batman than Doctor Strange a little bit because I'm more of a Batman fan than I am Doctor Strange. But if the cameos, if they're doing those cameos and stuff, then this movie, I'm so excited for Doctor Strange. And I think, from an unbiased opinion, I think Doctor Strange is going to do better.
Ninja's DC. Ninja thinks DC is going to do better.
I mean, critically it'll do better, but I think financially, I think Marvel's going to do better.
I hope they, we go this, Marvel. I hope they both do good because, I don't, I hate, Marvel did better than DC because I want them both to do good. I want Marvel. I don't want neither one of them to fail because I want Marvel to keep cranking out the movies, and I want DC to start, same thing. I want some kind of universe is making sense. We're not scratching our head. Do we have to have a new Flash movie every year to erase all the crap they did the year before, or we have to Flashpoint 1, Flashpoint 2, Flashpoint, because every time we just make crappy movies, we'll just have to Flashpoint it out of here. I hope it does good. They start figuring out, if it's James Gunn, if they need him in there or somebody else, somebody get in there and they can get this thing situated. Everybody's crying it's Snyderverse. If we do have a Snyder, if we don't, whatever. We just need to start get these movies coming out correct. Making sense.
Well,
when he gets
here's what I think is going to happen, and this is, again, take it with a grain of salt. This is just my ruminations and stuff that I'm seeing, kind of forecasting in my own mind. Of course, it's my opinion, so anybody, don't at me or anything. But with the movies coming out, we've got the Batman coming out on March 4th. We've got the DC League of Super Pets, which is animated, coming May 22nd. That's probably not going to do real good because it's got Doctor Strange going to verse that. So
yeah,
being that it's animated, it might take a hit. Black Adam's July 29th. And then The Flash is November 4th. And then Aquaman is December 16th. That's all the movies coming out. And then we've got Peacemaker's already come and gone.
G, if you want to come in, I got the link there. G Major. or Android.
Yeah.
I think Batgirl is also coming out this year, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's not. It's not listed for this year. It's listed for next.
That and Shazam. Is it Shazam too?
Yeah. Now in the shows, the CW shows we have coming back is Batwoman, Legends of Tomorrow, season 7, Superman and Lois season 2, which has already started. The Flash season 8 starts March 9th. Doom Patrol season 4 on HBO Max. The animated Harley Quinn show season 3 is HBO Max. Pennyworth season 3 HBO Max. Stargirl season 3 CW. Titan season 4 over at HBO Max, and Young Justice season 4 at HBO Max. All of those shows, whether you like the CW or not, they're either going to do good or they're not. They're really touch or go, basically.
CW, HBO Max, because pretty much whenever get rid of CW, they're all coming to HBO Max. So, I mean, they're going to eventually just all in one spot anyway. Yeah, that's Super Pets, man. That Super Pets show. I think that's going to make. I mean, only thing I can compare that, they're going to have the Spider-Verse into the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse anime, and I think that's going to blow the Super Pets away. That's coming out in October, so that should be an awesome show also. So hopefully, I love to see that tie in. Hopefully, Sony's going to tie that in a little bit with this new Spider-Verse and all this we got coming in. So.
Now, Marvel has, let's see, the rundown for Marvel this year is, we're getting Moon Knight this coming month, in March. That's going to be the first Marvel thing this year is Moon Knight.
Gee, we're all drinking, man. It's okay. You seen Austinator in that intro, man. You see him dancing in the street, man, with that girl shaking her booty. So he was drinking.
So anyway, we've got Moon Knight on March 30th. That's going to be on Disney Plus. Then in the theaters, we've got Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness on May 6th. Thor: Love and Thunder is July 8th.
Black Panther, if it gets shot in time, be in November, I believe.
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, as long as they don't delay it, will be November 11th.
I think we'll get the Marvels instead. I think they're going to push that 23, and then we're going to get the Marvels. Because right now, I don't think they're shooting right now because they delayed the shooting. So I think we're going to push the Marvels in on us because that Miss Marvel show.
Disney Plus, we're getting She-Hulk. That's going to be the next show after
Moon Knight.
Then we're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special on Disney Plus. Late, it's probably going to be around Christmas.
The Groot show or something. I'm Groot.
Well, this is just before that. This is going to come out before Groot.
Oh, okay.
This is just like it's going to feature the main cast, and it's going to fill the time that what the Guardians did between Guardians 2 and Guardians 3.
Okay. Secret Invasion coming out this year? Is they push that 23?
Then we've got the Marvels in February of next year, unless they switch it with Wakanda Forever.
Which more likely?
Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy is May 5th next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
3, yeah.
Ant-Man and Wasp is July 27th of next year.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometime next year, we're getting the animated X-Men X-Men 97, which is going to be a direct connect to the original X-Men animated series from the 90s. It's just going to start up where the last one left off. So it's basically, if you saw the last episode of the animated series, it ended with Xavier going into space with his lover, the alien Lalandra. And so she can get him healed up on her homeworld or whatever, because they have the technology to heal him or whatever's killing him. It's going to take up like right after that ending right there. So it's going to go back to being, the animation's going to be somewhat similar, but a little bit updated. It's got a lot of the original voice actors coming back that aren't dead. Several of the voice actors from that show died between the interim. but most of the original voice actors are returning. It's going to have the same showrunners from before working as producers, bringing in 2 more super fans of the old X-Men animated series. So it looks like it's going to work out pretty well. I've heard some good things about it, but that's going to be 10 episodes starting next year.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't given it a good date yet, but it's going to start next year.
They got a ton of shows. They got a ton of shows like in there listed for to be announced. But I mean, even so they no telling if they might pop some of them in next year also.
They've got I Am Groot.
Yeah.
There's a Marvel Zombies TV show coming out.
Zombies. Oh, another What If. Is it coming this year?
What If season 2 is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Freshman Year, which is going to be our it's going to be an animated, but it's going to be the Tom Holland Spider-Man. It's supposed to be what happened before Homecoming.
Hey, Poe. Mara, what's going on? Poe, what's going on, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time, man. What's going on, bro?
We've got another one, Agatha, House of Harkness, which is the chick that was in WandaVision with Wanda, the other witch. She's getting a show. Armor Wars is coming out, which is going to be a Iron Man sort of thing.
I want to see that one. Mara, I'll have to check it out.
That one's going to involve War Machine.
Yeah, we got Ironheart also, so she's going to probably be in that also.
Echo, the evil female chick from the Hawkeye series, she's getting her own show.
Probably have Daredevil in that.
And something I did mention is Daredevil is going to be in the She-Hulk show and in the Echo show.
Yeah, and I've heard he's going to have his own show also coming up.
Well, it's coming, but it's not been announced. It's not been fully announced yet, but it's coming. We're going to get the second part of What If somewhere between this year and next year. They haven't really said yet. Let's see what else. Ironheart's coming.
Ironheart. Well, you know what I did hear? That Howard the Duck's going to be in She-Hulk. I did hear that. So
yes, that's probably going to happen. Secret Invasion is next year, probably.
Yeah.
That's going to be a Disney Plus show. It's not going to actually be a movie. Let's see. Loki season 2 is coming sometime soon.
And then they're telling what they're going to announce for D23. They probably have some more shows.
D23, we're going to get all of the Star Wars stuff and most of the new Marvel stuff.
Yeah. So he's probably got some more.
That's when a lot of this stuff's going to get actual solid dates is D23.
Yeah. Well, Thunderbolts, you think Thunderbolts is going to be a movie or they're going to be a show? You think they're going to do, because I know they're going to do it somehow.
I don't know. And if they do, God, I hope Ross is a part of it. General Ross.
Well, and that brings me to we're getting those Netflix shows back too. So, Daredevil's already.
They're probably going to put them on Hulu, because they were Netflix shows.
Yeah.
I know that they're coming off of Netflix the end of this month. So end of this month, early next month, they're coming off of Netflix and they're going to go straight to Hulu.
Let me check some real quick here.
Disney owns Hulu.
Give me a second more. Let's see more sense. Let's see. Oh, so you got a different account. Okay, let me see. Okay, there you go, more. I got you in there. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Canada now. I seen it. I guess Canada's going to get them first, and they're going to be on Disney Plus. See, I wish they would just get over here in the United States. I don't know why. It's okay for Canada. They can put that on Canada's thing, but the United States, no, we can't put that on because it's too raunchy or something like that. They need to put it. That's what aggravates me. Just put the damn parental advisory, the parental advisory thing on there, and then do it like they do on the Star thing. They have that where they because that's just stupid. Because and then I've heard also that they may censor them, they redo some and take a lot of scenes out. And the only thing I thought of when I heard that is, did you ever see that Deadpool Christmas special where they basically took Deadpool 2 and made it a PG movie? Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, it was horrible.
That's what I was thinking of when I saw that. I was like, oh my God. I was like, don't tell me they're going to have the Punisher out there. They're going to edit out his gun and make a Nerf gun or something. You know, I'm just like, that's the only thing I could think of when I saw that. I was like, oh my God, what kind of garbage are they going to do if they do that and edit out the films? I just want to put them on there, put the parental advisory. And I mean, God, you already got the Kingpin, you already got Daredevil already now in the MCU. So the rest of them are now they got to be canon because he interacted with the rest of those characters. So, Disney needs to just get over it. I mean, this is 2022. They need to get over it. Warner Brothers, you go to HBO Max, you can watch Looney Tunes, or you can go right there and watch Peacemaker. That's the same thing Disney Plus needs to say. Hey, we're 2022. That's the way it works. Put a parental advisory if your kids don't want to see it. So that's just the way it works. To me, that's the way it should be. But like I was saying, we got the Marvel. Like I said, I want both to succeed. To me, this Batman is going to be a big thing for me for DC. If it doesn't overproduce, I think Marvel may outdo the DC this year because, like I said, Doctor Strange is going to be big. There's going to be a lot of new stuff in there, and then I'm hearing all this stuff about Thor 4. There's going to be some possible a lot of stuff in that also. You were talking about Null the other day. They said it's rumored. I don't know. This is a rumor, so I don't. It is that he may be at end credit scene in that in the fourth Thor because they're already dealing with the sword and all that. We was talking about earlier.
He could very well be. He could very well be because of again that very thing. Because the Gore the God Butcher has his sword, the All Black.
Yeah.
So we may see. Well, also, when Venom was opted out, and at the end of Spider-Man, when Venom got drugged back to the Sonyverse, he left a symbiote behind. So that's going to unfold somewhere in the future with Marvel.
Yeah.
And if there's a symbiote in this particular universe, in this particular branch of the multiverse, then Null can gain control here. Because the symbiotes branch the multiverse, and Null is the god of the symbiotes. So,
exactly.
whatever multiversal timeline there's a symbiote, Null can always show up. People realize that Null is a god.
There's a lot. As I said, those two movies alone, we're going to see lot of characters that we probably would never find. Just putting that in Doctor Strange, we're going to see a lot of characters we didn't think we were going to see in the screen. So I'm really excited. Like Gore the God, which supposedly doesn't he kill Zeus at the beginning of that film? Is what I'm hearing. They're going to have him kill Zeus. Heard. And who is it? Russell Crowe is going to be playing Zeus. I've heard. That's what I'm hearing.
I think
Russell Crowe.
I haven't really seen a good cast list on that movie just yet. Yeah. I know that Pierce Brosnan is supposed to play Dr. Fate. I believe in the Flash movie.
Oh, really?
Or it's going to be a Black Adam. Never mind. It's going to be a
Black Adam.
Yeah, Dr. Fate's Pierce Brosnan's going to play Dr. Fate, which I think is cool. There's just so much when you get into multiversal stuff. There's so much that either company could bring back. This Doctor Strange movie is talking about possibly bringing back every actor that's ever tried out for a part that never got the part, but could have gotten the part, So that's why we're getting a lot of talk of Tom Cruise coming in as Iron Man. Now I'm hearing that there's going to be a Wolverine, but it's not going to be Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that also.
So that's a toss up. Whoever's going to be Wolverine, and you got this whole Illuminati angle. I mean, there's just a lot about this movie that's going to be interesting. And, it may just be hints for right now, and it won't pay off till a couple years from now. We don't know. It just depends on what names get dropped, what characters show up, what happens in this movie, who dies. I already know there's 4 different versions of Doctor Strange in this movie.
Yeah.
There's Defender Strange. There's Defender Strange. There's our Doctor Strange. There's Strange Supreme, which is the guy from What If. The evil Doctor Strange from What If. And then you've got this other zombie, dark god-looking Strange, which a lot of people are saying is the Defender Strange, but it's after he dies in the movie, he gets resurrected to become something evil. There's going to be 4 Doctor Stranges. So far, what I'm seeing, there's 2 different versions of Wanda.
How long is this movie going to be? That's
3 hours.
Is it going to be a 3 hour? Are they going to put it 3 hours?
Yep.
Wow. Damn, it's got to be with all these cameos they're talking about and all that. I am so hyped. I don't know if I'm more hyped for this movie than I was really hyped for Spider-Man, but you got to figure there is stuff in here that you would thought would never was going to be made.
Well, this movie is technically the part 2
of the
Spider-Man movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it all stems from Wanda doing her thing and Loki doing his thing and fucking up the timeline.
Fad said, what's up, Josh said.
Hey, what's up, Josh? The thing that's really screwing with the timelines now is three different things came together to fuck up the timeline that caused this multiverse of madness thing. Wanda doing her shit looking for her kids.
Mm-hmm.
Loki fucking around with the timeline and Sylvie, the female Loki, killing the one who remained in Loki.
Mm-hmm.
And Doctor Strange fucking up the spell that was supposed to make everybody forget who Peter Parker was. Okay? Those 3 things are coming together to screw up the timeline. And the big bad, I can already tell you who the main big bad for this phase is going to be. It's probably going to be Kang the Conqueror.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much.
Which was, of course, spoiled by He Who Remains in the Loki series. Because He Who Remains is just another version of Kang the Conqueror.
Mm-hmm.
And there's, in the comics, there were many different versions of Kang the Conqueror. There was Iron Lad. There was Kang the Conqueror. There was the Immortal Pharaoh back in the past. There was He Who Remains, which was at the end of the timeline. There was Nathaniel Richards, which was an ancestor, or rather a descendant of Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the same guy. They're just different versions of him. And in the comics, you had this thing called the Council of Kangs, which was how a group of Kangs from the multiverse, different versions of Kang, got together and built their own team, basically, of different versions of himself. So we could very well, and a rumor I've heard is that the Illuminati, quote unquote, in this is actually not their real selves. That it's actually they're all Kang acting as those members of the Illuminati, because he's pulling the strings behind the scene.
What's up, brother? It's good to see you.
What's up, philosophical pickle?
What is going on, brother?
Philosophical pickle, yes. I always like it when my food is philosophical. Does the pickle talk about like the deeper issues of life? Because if so, that would be amazing. I would love a pickle to stand up off my plate one day and talk to me about the universe, life, the universe, and everything. That'd be great. And I'm actually being very truthful about that. I would like a pickle to talk to me one day. That'd be fucking amazing.
Well, LDG tossed too. They call him Pickles too. Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
I don't think LDG is a pickle so much as he should be pickled.
Yeah.
Put in a pickle jar and like preserved forever. But yeah, there's a lot of potential coming up from both companies, and I'm not gonna down any of it. I'm just gonna watch the shit that comes out and see where it goes from there.
Exactly. I want both companies to produce good quality movie that I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna spend my hard money for it.
One good thing that's coming for Warner is the merger.
Oh yeah.
I think when Zaslav takes over, it's gonna get better. It's not gonna be right away. It's gonna take some time. And that's the problem. A lot of the Warner the fanboys are going to want Zaslav to fix it all right now, and it's going to take time. I hope he gets the job done.
Do you think
I hope they don't lose too much?
You think he's going to give love to DC? Because rumors was that he might sell some off the company. Sell some stuff off the company also. So,
well, he might. I don't know. I guess it all. We've got 4 weeks to find out, because that's when the merger happens in 4 weeks.
There's Pickle said it's a metaphor. Getting the pickle is saying that one day I'll get philosophical pickles with deep thoughts. So that's the name. He's cool, man. I like him. He's always going after Nerd Man. If you ever met Nerd Man in some of the streams, he goes after Nerd Man.
I figured it was a metaphor. I just want to talk to a talking pickle.
Yeah. Yeah. But
I would love to talk to a talking taco. Jasonlee's got a talking taco behind him, and I'd love to talk to a talking taco.
Hey, that'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting.
I mean, I'd still eat the taco, but if it talked to me, it'd be fun.
Yeah, talk to him before you eat it. Yeah. See, Josh says, do you think that since Keaton is back, that Tim Burton ever has a chance of returning to Batman? That is very interesting. Yeah.
Maybe. But the thing you got to ask yourself, Josh, is whether he wants to. Because Tim Burton gets tired of things real quick. And he kind of walks away from projects. So, do I think Tom? I don't know. I'm going to say probably not off the top of my head. But that being said, he's still alive. He's still breathing. So,
I ain't heard no rumors of it yet, so he could. You never know. And Pickle says the answer that Marvel will make more money, but DC might just win a year simply because of Batman. And it could.
That is very well true. And why that's actually not a bad thing is because Marvel is keeping consistent, and that's all it has to do. All it has to do is crank out product and make money. They pretty much got their shit wired together over at Disney Marvel. Now, Disney Star Wars, I could say a hell of a lot of bad things about, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna let them go. I'm gonna let them have it tonight. I'm not going badmouth. But Disney Marvel is doing just fine.
Yeah,
they're still making their numbers. They're still doing business. Don't look at all the whining and complaining in the media because you're not going to get a full-on look at it. It's just one of them things,
It says, but yes, my pickle also talks.
Oh, sweet.
And then Josh says, "Pickle, thank you for going after Nerdman." Yeah, he puts Nerdman in his spot sometimes. Nerdman gets going on for 2 or 3 hours on something you think you're into Matrix. So yeah, he definitely. Yeah, I'm a huge Tim Burton fan, and would love to see him work with Keaton again. You never know. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know how far the Keaton thing is going to happen in the Flash. I've heard, this is rumors, guys. I just, we're watching people's videos. and said they may kill Keaton when this thing happens. You know, he might be a one and done, and he gets killed, or his universe. And I've heard of some of his universe might get killed. I'm not sure. Who knows? I mean, we'll see what happens because I'm glad to see him back. I like Keaton. I want to see Keaton back as the Vulture too, and Spider-Man. I wanted to see him come back there also. So, you know, hopefully he's not. You know, hopefully Sony has Sony and Disney has a figure way to bring. I know we'll get him in whatchamacallit, the I forgot the name of it now. The vampire movie coming out. Morbius. Well, I know we're supposed to get him. We're going to get him on that, but I would like to see him back there with Spider-Man and stuff, and you know, back with the, you know, however they're going to do that with the new Spider-Verse. I guess, who knows? We got Madam Web and we got Craven coming out. I heard Chameleon. They've recast Chameleon for Craven also. So who knows?
I just know that within the next year and a half, 2 years, there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming. I'm hoping real well that the merger with Warner and Discovery goes well and things work out good there. I'm trying to stay positive. I really am.
Yeah. Well, I was saying about that merger with Warner Brothers. You see, there was rumors out. See, when you have mergers, you always, you know, you got to sell stuff to pay off to get rid of the debt and all that. And it was rumors
they're going to sell the CW.
Well, I know they're going to get rid of that. I mean, and that's where all of the DC would go back to HBO Max. But I did hear a rumor that, you know, DC, they could sell DC off, or they could, they was even saying that they may sell off the characters of DC. And I was like, oh God, hopefully not. And that would be the same thing happened to Marvel, you know, when they sold Spider-Man here and X-Men here. So
that would be catastrophic.
You would never see a Justice League. You would never have a possible chance for Justice League again if that happens.
Well, Disney's only just now making up for what Marvel did in the 90s. And even at that, they're having to, because I think what they're going to do with Doctor Strange is they're going to do a soft reboot of the MCU.
Yeah.
They're not going to make the stuff that happened before obsolete. It's still going to be part of the timeline. But they're going to reverse some things to where these things were always there, or, you know, whatever. You know, they're going to have to do something to bring the Fox mutants in. They're going to have to do something to bring in the Fantastic Four. It's not going to be just, okay, well, let's just add this stuff. That's not going to work. They're going to have to come up with some explanation. And the thing about Doctor Strange is it's going to be, I hate to say it, it's going to be a great movie, but it's also going to be a divisive movie. Some people are going to be mad about what they do. I can guarantee you. But, you know, when do we not get angry people in the fandom? I mean, it happens, you know. You can fart sideways and get angry people in the fandom. I mean, but there's going to be some people, at the very least, aggravated with some of the things that Doctor Strange does. But I think a whole lot more people are going to be happy about how they fix things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had to do what they did because they did not have the rights to the characters, and they did pretty damn good, you know, for not having some of the core characters in the MCU and doing what they did to build that, you know, legacy as they did. And they brought a lot of C, D, and B characters up to the top. I mean, I look at Iron Man. Iron Man was not a top tier character before, you know, they, you know.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. He was technically nobody. I mean, people liked the Avengers, but by the time that, like, at the time that we got the MCU, there was a different group of Avengers in the comic books. You know, the classic Avengers team wasn't there. It hadn't been there for years. I don't know. There's a whole lot of potential on both sides. I will say that. There's a whole lot of potential for both good and bad on both sides. Mm-hmm. I think Marvel's going to continue coasting on and doing its thing, going to make money. I mean, Kevin Feige pretty much can print money over there with any movie he puts out. Beyond that, I don't know. I really can't speculate too much because I'm on a wait and see right now. I know there's a bunch of movies that are coming out that I'm going to watch. I know there's a bunch of TV shows coming out I'm going to watch. And beyond that, whatever, you know?
Yeah. Josh says he will. It'd be interesting. Tim Burton do a Justice League movie. It'd be a dark one. He does he would be a very dark
It'd
film.
be intriguing.
See, there's two directors I think could do a Justice League dark movie, either Tim Burton or Guillermo del Toro.
Wow, yeah.
Now, Guillermo del Toro was originally going to do a Justice League dark movie, but the project got canceled, or it got shelved. It didn't get canceled; it got put on the shelf.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I really, really want to see his Justice League dark idea because it was supposedly a good one. But again, we have to have a wait and see about it. We've got to see how they're going to do what they got to do. And like I said, with DC, a lot of it's gonna hinge on that merger, where that merger goes, and what happens with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I said, they were saying that they possibly that this merger might be a setup for another sale, and then you might see the company flip over to somebody else, or they might break up the company. We have to pay off debt, and somebody says, "Hey, I don't know if Disney could buy it because it might be antitrust, would be owning Marvel, but it said, Warner Brothers says, hey, we gotta sell DC for $5 billion. NBC takes takes a jab at it. Even Sony, maybe, who knows? Maybe that it needs to, give it new life.
I do know that they need to do something over there at Warner because things just aren't working.
No,
yeah.
I don't know that they're going to sell off a bunch of stuff yet. That's, every time you have a merger, people start freaking out. It's like when Disney started buying the Fox stuff. Mm-hmm. God, people freaked out. Oh, Disney's going to get rid of Marvel. They're going to make it they're going to push it off by itself and blah, 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 blah. And they're not going to survive. Oh God, doom and gloom. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. And here we are 2 years later, nothing. We're still chugging along making good movies. We're still chugging along making money. And nobody got hurt in the process.
Disney, only thing, Disney overpaid for Fox. That's the only thing they really did, overpay.
Well, I will give you that. They did overpay, but they wanted to get that shit back, and that was the only way they could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why they did it. Now, do I think they got a good deal? No.
No, but the thing came out there? I was listening to this. That actually Bob Iger was going after Warner Brothers before he went after Fox, but AT&T, they said AT&T already got the deal, and they because he was in talks with the Warner Brothers, I guess CEO at the time. So could you imagine that? I don't know if it would have passed regulations or not, because that'd been kind of a I don't know if they would allow DC and Marvel together and Looney Tunes and Mickey Mouse. There's a lot of stuff there would have been a real, Disney would have controlled a massive amount of IPs there if it would have happened. But
yeah, I was just sitting here thinking of mergers anyway. Like, what if it all ran together, man? You have Star Wars in your role-playing games, and you have, I don't know, man. Just some silly stuff could happen, man.
Star Trek. They buy Star Trek and Star Wars merge.
That's some silly shit right there, bro.
Oh man, you talk about some toxic streams going on then, man. Oh Lord,
they're gonna definitely be some angry fans. Definitely.
You see the Boba Fett on the bridge of the Enterprise or something? I can see that one.
That's not Boba Fett. That's Randy Fett.
Oh man,
I don't know, man. I do know that it's a wait and see with Warner. Marvel's gonna make it one way or the other, because Marvel has proven that they print money. Whatever they do, they make money. I mean, hell, they even made good money on Eternals, and I didn't expect that movie to make much.
Exactly. Also, what do you think about it, brother? We ain't heard from you, man. What do you think about all this?
Well, first things first, of course, DC is complete shambles. They need to figure out their shit. Going back to everything else, I mean, like I said before, from a financial standpoint, Marvel's going to do better. I mean, let's be honest, it's Marvel. I mean, it's going to make a shit ton of money just on the name alone. DC might do better in terms of the critical standpoint. I'm excited for the Batman. I'm excited for Black Adam. I'm interested in the Flash to see what's going to happen. Aquaman's like the Marvel stuff's kind of hit and miss too. But other than that, I mean, hey, I'm glad that we're getting a bunch of stuff. But DC's just right now they're, and I think Thade said something basically on the lines of they got to get their shit together. They're still playing catch up and they need to keep it going. Essentially.
Well, it's like Marvel. Marvel can have one little misstep and it doesn't really hurt them. Like Eternals might have, I don't know if they actually lost. They made it broke even. I don't know. You'd have to, with Disney Plus for sales and this and all that with it. So it's hard to tell on that.
Just box office, they made $300 million worldwide.
Yeah, I don't know how much you have to figure how I know how they figure where they do that Disney. And they said that's like Black Widow. They said how much money they could have made. They said if with the pirating and all that, they could have made $1 billion. But yeah, I don't know about that. But they made money with that $30 Disney Plus premium thing they had to buy the movie. I know they were saying
the movies that came out last year for Marvel. You had Black Widow, you had Eternals, and you had Shang-Chi. And every one of those movies made over $200 million. Eternals made $300 million. Black Widow made $379.6 million. And Shang-Chi made $430.5 million. All three of those movies made their budget, exceeded their budget, and made it. Now, were they spectacular movies? Not necessarily. I like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was good.
What's up, Tommy?
We got a guinea pig in the house. We got a guinea pig in the house.
We got a bored guinea pig in the house. You will be assimilated.
A Borg, yeah. He's a Borg.
But, even the crappy movies at Marvel make good money, okay?
Exactly. Well, but like I said, even a misstep, they would consider maybe them missteps. But if DC does a misstep, it's like a torpedo blow to the bow of a ship, man. It takes the whole franchise down almost when they have a bad movie or a bad show or something, because they can't really afford to have a bad movie. It's like I said, if this Batman does bad, it's going to be you're going to be all kind of shows and things being canceled, I bet, at DC, because it just
there's definitely going to be some bad color on it if they do bad. Well, Jasonlee, I hate to do this to you, man, but I'm falling asleep over here, so I'm gonna have to jump out.
Okay, we're probably going to be ending pretty soon. I mean, it's already at 12:40. I mean, we've been going on pretty soon. Wow. Tommy, you can pop on if you want to. I got the link in there. I appreciate you coming in, brother.
Me on, man.
Yep.
Austin, take care of yourself, brother.
Yep.
I wish I could stay longer, but like I said, I'm starting to jumble my words and fall asleep over here. So it's probably best I step out. I didn't get a whole lot of good sleep last night, so
get some rest, brother. Get some rest, man. Enjoy your weekend, brother. I'll probably see you on the stream or somewhere. All right, brother.
Well, tomorrow night, I'm just going to plug one thing. Tomorrow night, Josh on his channel, Josh Order of Revan in the chat there, he's doing his 90s show tomorrow. He's doing 90s week this week, and his show tomorrow is going to be a show on the Crowe. So join Josh over there for his stream on the Crowe tomorrow, the last of his 90s episodes. And you'll catch me tomorrow over on Jedi Bill's karaoke stream if you show up. And probably this weekend, I'm sure I'll end up over on the Poindexter. But other than that, I will see you guys next week.
All right,
and you guys take it easy.
Cool. All right, man. Get some rest, man. All right. Let me see. Tommy, yeah, what's Tommy say? Tommy says Marvel and DC are both tanking it recently. Yeah, so hopefully that they'll have a change this coming year. Definitely.
I like to remain positive when it comes to this stuff, you know? Like, I mean, Marvel has been very hit and miss when it comes to their quality, and DC is DC, so you know. But you know, at the end of the day, I mean, hey, I mean, I don't know. We'll kind of see how everything goes, essentially, you know, because I'm not gonna come on here and say, oh, well, it's Marvel, so of course it's gonna be like the greatest thing ever made. You know, no, I'm not gonna do that. Just because it's Marvel related, I'm not gonna go into it. It's kind of like with Star Wars. Just because it's called Star Wars, it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. It just means like, oh, Star Wars, I gotta watch it. Like it's the same thing with Marvel. It's like. You know, hey, it's like they're gonna make a Marvel movie. Okay, great. Is it gonna be good? No. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna immediately be like, oh, because I usually give things a chance first before I'm like, because I even gave Eternals a chance, and I was like, yeah, this is bad. But
yeah, exactly.
I mean, if Marvel can hit it out of the park, then we'll see. You know, it's just right now, it's more or less we just gotta wait and see.
I want them both to do good. You know, they got enough time apart. They both could make money. Both. It's like, you know, it's like this little animation going to Superman hitting the Hulk. That's like two fanboys that, you know, everybody, got only Marvel or only DC. I want them both to do good. I want to see a good movie. I want to see a good Batman movie. I want to go see a good Doctor Strange movie. I want something to, you know, good every week. You know, I don't want it to fail because, like I said, you know, DC is hurting worse than Marvel right now. A bad DC movie can pretty much destroy the whole freaking universe right now in DC. DC is very fragile. So I'm definitely hoping DC has some good movies just to give them confidence to continue. And they need to, like I said, they said maybe James Gunn can take over. Or something. They need somebody. They need a Kevin Feige. I don't know who it is. If it's James Gunn or it's somebody else, they need somebody. And they need somebody that's going to give them confidence to, you know, at least make the big five, you know, what do you call the big five in DC first, you know, get them correctly. You know, your Superman, your Wonder Woman, your Batman, your Aquaman, and Green Lantern, or, you know, those. Then we can worry about other like Batgirls and, you know, Hawkman or Martian Manhunter or whatever. You know, get those movies correct first, you know, in order, then then we can, you know, then we can branch off these odd things. Because I know they want to just, okay, well, let's just make a Batgirl. But if we can't make a Batman movie, right, why do we need a damn Batgirl movie? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I ain't saying I'll go watch Batgirl. I have no problem, but you know, put the effort in Batman first. Get Batman going. Okay, we got Batman good. Okay, now we can do a Batgirl or a Bane or whatever the hell else, you know, what they want to do.
Honestly, the only thing that WB knows how to make is a Batman movie. Other than that, they're pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
So it's like, because the DCU has so bad. I literally made my own like outline of what the DCU should have been. Like I literally, because they're like, it's like rewrite videos I'm planning to do for the channel. I think I already did one. I'm gonna do other ones eventually.
They say they need some new blood respects the characters.
Yes, I agree. Because like, don't get me wrong, Keaton comeback is cool. Like if it's like a one-off thing, whatever. But I don't want him coming back for the long term though. Like, you know. Again, I'll give Pattinson a chance, but from what I heard, it's going to be its own thing, which I'm like, well, what the fuck? It's like, this is kind of the problem. It's like the DC, what WB is doing is they're doing two separate universes from what I heard. They're doing a Batman universe and they're doing a DCEU, which at this point, and I've even joked about this. All they need to do is make Batman movies. That's how WB is going to make money at this point. Is they just make Batman movies. Little did I know they are actually going to make Batman movies. It's like, it's just at the end of the day, it's kind of like, and don't get me wrong, I like Batman, but I want to see other characters get the spotlight because, but unfortunately right now, WB has no clue what they're doing. It's like Flash right now is their only chance to basically hit the reset button and say, okay, we fucked up. like we need to. This is like their only chance to do so. If they fuck up with Flashpoint, they're screwed because they don't. This is their only chance for at least a redo.
But okay, with the Flashpoint, do you think they should? Okay, we're going to recast Batman. We're going to recast Superman. Do you think they need to recast Aquaman and Wonder Woman also? Since basically we're changing, we're going to.
No, I think as long as their actors are staying, I don't think they're going to be recast. I think it's mainly going to be Affleck and probably Cavill if he doesn't want to partake in as Superman, which I know he wants to, but WB is adamant about no, we don't. The thing is, with Cavill, he has the look down. I think he looks like Superman. He's a great visually pleasing Superman. The problem is Cavill has not had a chance to shine. I feel like Man of Steel was not the best look for him. BVS was BVS. And he has potential. I just don't think he's reached it yet.
Hey, G, what's going on, man?
What up? What up? Can you hear me very good?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you good.
All right. So I'm enjoying the stream. You guys are doing great. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I was going to say what Tommy said real quick. It's been much more entertaining when the universe isn't tiny and limited to a single character story. That's a problem when the multiverse stuff is limiting. It's true.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think about all this, G? Or are you concerned, worried about the Batman this coming week? Or are you?
No, I think the Batman's going to do. I think the Batman's going to do great. And I think the thing with DC. No, let me correct it because I said it in your comment chat. Warner Brothers is they can't stay consistent, and they need, like you said, a Kevin Feige. They need somebody. I mean, if you get James Gunn to take over that position, it'd be very competitive. It started a long time ago with when Marvel started like doing everything in a specific order. Warner Brothers freaked out, didn't know what to do, and just started throwing stuff out there, thinking like, okay, we can do that, everybody love it. No, doesn't work that way. So this year should be interesting. I think DC might have the edge, just because I know we got Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about Black Panther because the stuff has been going on with that.
Mm-hmm.
Thor's coming out. Gotta see what's going on with that. But on the edge of Marvel, they do have the television shows. Moon Knight's coming out. I think we get She-Hulk this year. Miss Marvel, that's been a problem. So we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say this. I forgot to mention this earlier. We know we was talking about the Black Panther, and we're still, all the issues. Do you think there's going to be a Black Panther in Doctor Strange? I was wondering because Black Panther is one of the Illuminati in certain, there's multiple characters in the Illuminati, and Black Panther is one of the Illuminati in certain phases in there. If I'm wondering, could we actually get the new Black Panther? I don't know if it's Shuri or I've heard Baku could be the new Black Panther, or even Killmonger. I don't know what they're going to do. Wondered, could we see who is going to be the Black Panther in Doctor, if they have him in there? I was wondering. I was like, because could they have him in there, and we haven't really seen that yet.
Right, that's a good question because I was thinking about that too. It's like, will they premiere who's going to be taking the new Black Panther?
Mm-hmm.
And Namor is supposed to star in the new Black Panther movie. Will we get to see who starred as Namor?
We're going to see the Namor also. Namor should be in
yeah, so you got that to play around with. There is, somebody said there's a long-haired individual sitting in the seat And I know Loki is supposed to show up in Doctor Strange, so that might be
He's
Loki
something else.
too.
Anything
Yeah.
but Loki.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how true. I don't know how true they're going to be to the Illuminati. I mean, supposedly the OG, I guess, Illuminati is supposed to be Namor, Black Bolt,
Mhm.
Captain America, Iron Man,
Yep.
and who's the third? Who's the other one? Doctor Strange is one of them also, and Xavier,
Yeah.
Xavier, and Reed Richards. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was odd ones. Black Panther was one of them in there. There was a couple characters. I've heard that they're going to have that Captain Carter. She probably is going to take the Captain America spot. So more likely she'll be as one. I'm guessing. And
Right.
we got Xavier. We got Xavier. We know Xavier's there. Unless they, what if that ain't Xavier? Could you imagine if that's not Xavier and they put him in there as some other character? You know, I know that will throw people off. Because we haven't seen him. We heard the voice. You never know. I mean, you never know what they're planning.
I know there's been rumors that Deadpool was going to be in it. It'd be funny if Deadpool was part of the Illuminati.
Deadpool?
Yeah, I was thinking like, that would be funny as hell.
Dude, if all the characters are going to be in there, they have rumored and listed more. Can you imagine an end credit roll? Man, it's going to take 10, 15 minutes to roll all the names going on. if all these people, because they mentioned like the Hulk from Incredible Hulk, he's going to be in there. Daredevil, both Daredevils are going to be in there. Ghost Rider is going to be in there. Punisher. I've heard like every guy. Even today, I heard it. What's his name? Wanda's dad's gonna be Magneto. Magneto. God, forget Magneto. I've heard that the guy I've heard Magneto's gonna be in there. So who knows?
Right. I have heard the Maestro, which is the futuristic Hulk, was supposed to be in there. I was like, what?
Could be. I mean, yeah.
But those are the robots that, according to Doctor Strange, are Ultrons. So now it'd be interesting if it's the Vision Ultron from What If. I'll be like, ooh.
Well, that's it. Vision hasn't been mentioned. I wonder if Vision's going to be in there. They haven't really mentioned Vision, so I'm assuming it makes sense.
I think he would be, because they broke down the Doctor Strange trailer, and where she's all blood and they peer into her eye, she's looking at some chambers that are like holding cells. Mm-hmm. I think the Illuminati has her kids. And she goes there, the rest of the kids.
The rumors is she's going to go and kill all the Illuminati. She's going to go in and kill all the Illuminati. So who knows? It's supposedly and
well, you heard one Illuminati is superior is Iron Man. It's supposed to be Tom Cruise playing the part.
Tom Cruise. That's going to be interesting because he originally was supposed to be the original Iron Man back in the day. He was trying to get cast for that before they went.
Yeah, 20th Century Fox. I was sitting like, I told my brother said the same thing. If they did that back in the day, I wouldn't have saw it. I was like, nope.
I don't think it would have did as good. I mean, he might do good as this superior Iron Man, but I don't think it. Downey Jr. just was perfect pick for that position.
Oh yeah, perfect.
I know. I'm psyched. I definitely. I hate to get too oversight going in this movie because then you always like let down. But I mean, there's just so much out there. I can't imagine that trailer. That was a hell of a trailer. My God, I've never seen a trailer.
And that's the thing I tell people. I might discuss it on Monday when I do my thing. When you get a trailer, that's enough. I don't need no more. I don't see nothing else. I mean the Batman trailer. I mean, I saw it. I'm good. I don't need something else. You got me. You got my money. Mm-hmm. I'm done. And when they keep on releasing stuff, like, I don't know, like they think like, oh man, we gotta keep on putting trailers out because we gotta get people interested. No, you don't. When you do one trailer, that's it. I'm good.
I really hope they don't do no more. I want to, but don't on Doctor Strange. I wish they really wouldn't have put Xavier's voice in, because that can you imagine seeing that in the first theater if you'd have saw his face just pop up, in the ear, his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know he's in there. So unless they just trolled the hell out of us and did a voice and he's not even in the movie. Who knows? I mean, they did that with the Hulk on a couple, them scenes, him running. So who knows what they could do?
Right.
But that'd been one of those pop moments. Xavier just pops up out of the blue. He goes in there and there's Xavier and he starts. That would have been one of those stand up moments in the theater. So I sort of they sort of gave us a little too much there, I think. So I'm hoping they leave us with some surprises. I know there's stuff in there. They got us all drooling in the mouth, so we just don't know which way they're going to go with it. So, but leave us a little.
I just don't. Yeah, that's like back off. You got us.
You got my money. You got my money already. I'm going to see the damn film. I don't need Don't do a Mortal Kombat and give me the whole film in the trailer. In the trailer. Right. So yeah. So
I look forward to the Batman, Doctor Strange, Black Adam, the Flash. What else come out? Aquaman's gonna be a battle because the story is Aquaman comes out the same day as Avatar 2. So I'm like,
one of them will move. One of them will move. They
got him.
We'll see who flinches first. Yeah, because that's what happened. Remember when was it Justice League and what was it movie? Civil War.
Batman versus Superman and Civil War.
Yeah, they were both on the same day, and then they moved them. Because actually, they would destroy each other. I mean, let me see what he's. Imagine Charlie Hunnam as the Johnny Blaze original, because it could be. You never know. Who knows?
I think they should take if they do the I'm gonna move around a little bit. Sorry. If they do a Ghost Rider, they should do the one from S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought that was really very, very bad. I think that was the best version of Ghost Rider than
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
But even those characters like that, I don't know if we're going to get like a 30-second, when he's, because them scenes where he's just like all over the place and popping through doors and and they show that he possibly going to pop into an animated scene. So I'm guessing that's the one in What Ifs or something. We might see both Ghost Rider. Who knows? I mean, because. Like I said, we might just get a cameo like Ghost Rider or Daredevil or one of them, and it's just when he's popping there, and there's Ghost Rider, and he just and he goes into another level, in another dimension, and I like I said, there's so many. If all these characters they keep talking about, I just can't see them having a ton of talk roles. I think it's just going to be a quick flyby or something, because we see all this thing where he's like flying through doors and God knows what. So, and Wanda's like,
right.
So that's what we might get. We could see two of them, and he's popping from universe to universe, and there's one here, and then we're just flying for this Fox universe for a minute, and we're popping through this other thing. I
think what we're gonna have is two threats in Doctor Strange. We're gonna have an evil Doctor Strange, and we're gonna have an evil Wanda.
Yeah.
Especially Wanda said, when you do something, you're a hero. When I do something, I'm an enemy. That don't seem fair. That's a threat.
I wonder if we're gonna get Agatha back. Agatha, she gonna heart us. I wonder if she gonna have any.
I can't wait.
She could. They could have her in here too. Who knows? Because
Right. Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Maybe try to push because they are doing a show with her coming up. So, that's how keep getting her, keep her in everybody's eyes. Hey, she's in this movie also, so everybody remembers her. So.
Yeah, they're gonna do that series too with her, and I'm just like, okay, that could be go. You go back in the Salem witch hunt.
Exactly.
And you see how she acts out.
I think that's going to be
sort
of a prequel type movie. Yeah, or show. I think it's going to be back in her when she was younger. I think that's what they're going to do on that. But who knows? I like until we see it, man. I keep hearing stuff, and I'm like, that's what I was asking Fat. I said, how long is this movie going to be? There is so, even the trailer, just figuring out how all those scenes. It's got to be a long. It's like a Spider-Man. It's going to be a long movie. You can't do a Venom.
Yeah. I think it's going to be in. They'll keep it intense. I mean, you keep it. If you do a 2.5 movie and keep it intense, and get the people just like thinking, it could be a badass movie. Seriously,
I think predictions. I think it'll hit $1 billion. I mean, I don't know if it's going to do what Spider-Man. At least get $1 billion. It will hit $1 billion. Yeah, because the first Doctor Strange did. If anybody knows, I think 500-600 million. I think, which was very good. For when Doctor Strange 1 came out, because Doctor Strange 1. Doctor Strange wasn't a character everybody. Oh, who's Doctor Strange? I mean, some hardcore people knew him, but. Your average moviegoer is like, who is Doctor Strange? If you're not into Marvel comics, well, everybody, even a person doesn't even go to comics and say, oh, who's, they hear Spider-Man, oh, Spider-Man, or Hulk, or now it's Iron Man, that's popular. But they go, oh, Doctor Strange. Well, that's like that character coming out in what is it? The other Doctors in the DC.
Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate. See, I've never heard of that. See, I think what was it? Who was it? Terrence or somebody was talking about him the other day on Anzo's channel, and I think I fairly said, but it's something I don't really, knew a character I didn't really know offhand, but he sounds interesting after Terrence was going into his what he does, and I was like, wow. So, but that's the same way. Nobody really know him, but with that exposure, when he gets his own film, possibly, he that's the way Doctor Strange was, Nobody really knew Doctor Strange, but now look how Doctor Strange is like up in the top tier now.
Now look, here's the funny thing. Dr. Fate was first before Doctor Strange.
That's what he said, yeah.
Now here's the funny thing. Namor, the Submariner, was before Aquaman.
Yeah, it was one of those.
I was like sitting there like, what? I was sitting there like, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Namor was part of a comic book they put out for the movie theaters, and every movie theater goer got the comic book. That was in 1939. In 1941, Aquaman came out. So they kind of
copied each other, different characters. Yeah, copied them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, DC, Marvel, or DC. Well, it was some before. It was what was it before Marvel? It was Stan Lee? What did the company?
Timely Comics.
Yeah. I was gonna say they copied each other. They make one. Yeah. Well, that was like the original Captain Marvel. Marvel was too close to Superman, and then that's how Shazam thing happened. So they made the show.
Yeah, Shazam. What happened was it was a separate comic book company made Captain Marvel, Shazam. Yeah, they tried to compete against DC Superman, failed. DC bought that company to have that, but Marvel created a new Captain Marvel before them and copyrighted the name. So DC can use Captain Marvel. That's all they can use to say Shazam. So it's weird how I was like, wow.
Tommy says the budget of Strange was between 165 to 237 million, gross 675 million. It didn't do great, but okay. Yeah, but it did good for a character that was not really well known. Because it was like the first Guardians. That was not a character. It was characters that was well known. That they did pretty good too. I saw that. I know
No,
that
it
second Guardian.
it did good because you got to compete. If he's saying 237 was the
Yeah,
total budget,
budget and then plus
and
you know,
678. No, it
production
did.
costs.
It did good. It did good.
670.
I mean,
I think that's pretty good for a movie that's not made much. Never been like a character that is not popular. Now, if that had been Batman, it was sort of like Justice, that would have been bad. The way Justice League did the original, they did not.
yeah.
But like for a character that's hadn't had a movie yet and wasn't really exposed, it's even like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi it made money, but it didn't make the money, but it did very good for a character that I never heard of before all this. I might have
Right.
did
I
really
have seen
good.
the comic book. I've seen the comic book, but I never read it. And
It's something I might have glimpsed it, but it's something like it ain't somebody like I know right offhand. I couldn't tell you who changed, about him. We can just little bits and pieces, and that's what's really cool. Most people with gross production companies and theaters they get the cut and all that. But I mean, that's one thing I enjoy. DC's like fell back. Marvel has got so many characters out there that's they're not top A, like they might be even C, D characters, and they brought them up and and it's like made them something like Guardians of the Galaxy. That's the main example. No, I have never even heard of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I heard of them, but I was like, whatever.
Like,
and then I was like, damn, this movie.
Now look at them now, man. You go to the store, you see a Groot. It's like Grogu. You see the Groots. Groot and Grogu. Yeah. You see the little Groot. Like that's why they're making that little animation. You get the little Groot action figures, the little Groot towels, the Groot pillowcases, the Groot plushies, different things. I mean, that's a cash cow now.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But go 10 years ago, like who the hell's Groot?
I mean, right. I don't know who this. I'm like sitting there, like my friend's like, who's Thor? And I'm like sitting like, let me tell you about Thor. And I mean, as an old schooler back in the day, when we used to get back from school, they used to in the 60s. They used to show the Mighty Heroes, and each day was a superhero. Monday was Captain America. Tuesday was the Hulk. Wednesday was Iron Man. Let me see. Thursday was Submariner. Mm-hmm. Friday was Captain America, and it was like 3 little short, little clip, like 10-minute things, commercial, 10-minute things, and it was just interesting. Mm-hmm. And that was basically it was almost a comic book, and it was just moving the comic book in a certain way to be things. And it's strange from where I remember back then, what's going on now. I'm like, wow.
Tommy says the original lineup of Guardians was nowhere near close to what they had in the movies. Yeah, they
that's true.
But isn't it that one scene they show some characters that was supposedly Tommy? They were the original ones. I liked Sylvester Stallone and a couple of those characters you've seen in that. I guess it's as a part of it. There's some weird looking.
I think Adam Warlock is a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. I don't know because the Avengers, the Earth Mightiest Heroes cartoon that was on Disney Plus years ago, they had Adam Warlock as a member.
Yeah, a character I'm very funny side of Groot was a character first created in Marvel's Monster Tales for many years ago. Oh God, I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
You know what character I thought they were supposedly going to come up in these new movies, and I have not mentioned is Beta Ray Bill for like Thor or I thought he would be coming up in the next. I guess before they show a picture of him up on that tower. He's like a monument.
Yes, I was about to say. He's on that tower in Ragnarok. Yeah, his face is on the tower.
Well, we haven't got him. We have Man Thing up. Was it Man Thing? He was up there also. And they make an old Man Thing movie. I think it was.
I saw that.
You see that one? It was who made that? Was it Lionsgate or somebody like one of them old I don't even think companies. Yeah, I saw that when it came on video. I don't even think it made it to the theater. It was okay. It was a little different. It wasn't that great. But it says Stormbreaker was created for Betty Ray Bill. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sort of wondered. I thought they would have him coming up possibly in his Thor, but he hasn't mentioned him at all for or one of those things. But yeah, definitely. I that's a character that I think would be cool. That I would like to see him in live action, but I don't know if maybe.
Right. I think the only one I saw was the Avengers Mightiest Heroes animated series on Disney XD, and
that's when he played Surtur.
Him and Thor fought it out. And I was like, wow.
That was the one with Surtur. Yeah, when Surtur came in.
Yeah.
That's when I saw Surtur. I was expecting to see Beta Ray Bill in that one, but then we didn't get him in that. And Kavari says, hands down, DC will win 2022. They could. I'm hoping. I'm hoping they're both up there. I hope they're both good.
They got to stay consistent. They got to stay consistent because, like I said, they put out. You can put out one good movie, and then all of a sudden, everything you throw something else out, and it's not DC. Warner Brothers. It's Warner Brothers.
I know Marvel's going to.
They kept on finding.
Marvel will do fine, even if they ain't the top list, even if they're mediocre, because they can still continue. DC, like I said, DC has that one. If they fail on one big movie, it shatters them too hard because they don't have the leadership, because they don't know how to regroup themselves. Like Kevin Feige, he has I'm sure after Eternals, he's going back and he said, we got to change some things here because this didn't work out.
Oh yeah. I
was expecting this movie bigger.
I thought it was okay. But I'm sitting I can see why people bitching. So I was
but I'm sure he's went back there and said, "Hey, we didn't do this right. We got to change things." And there's nobody at DC can do that. It does that. So that's why they need a James Gunn or some say, if it's Batman, if it does not, if Batman does good, let's say Black Adam does bad, whoever's in charge, okay, you got different directors will say, "Hey, we need to go back and we need to figure out what's wrong." Even Wonder Woman 84, they said, "Well, we need to figure out. We did a lot of things wrong. This is Wonder Woman 85 or whatever they're gonna call it, the third Wonder Woman. It needs to. It cannot be like that. I mean, because if that movie would have been truly went in theater, you would have been really ashamed."
That the dildo stone, man. I'm just like, man. I'm sitting what?
Well, see, what's going on? Well, just like Tommy said here, one big flop and Warner might sell off DC, which would be great. That's what I was saying with this merger, and I've heard that's a possibility.
Yeah, Discovery. Yeah.
Okay, if they have another Snyder before the Snyderverse original Justice, if they have it, because that movie just was bombed. It lost them a lot of money. They have another one like that. They're expecting to make $1 billion and it doesn't make $500 million. Discovery said, "Hey, I don't know if Disney could buy them, because there was rumors that Disney could end up maybe buying DC away from Warner Bros. I don't know if they could because the regulations and antitrust and all that. But Discovery says, hey, and Disney says, "Hey, we'll give you $2 billion for DC." Discovery said they got debt, and they said, this movie didn't make us $150 million, and this is Batman. So, sure, we'll take that $2 billion. And could you imagine what Kevin Feige could do with DC characters? I mean, I guess you could cross them over. You could, because they are crossover, comics and stuff. But
there's been some comic book long time ago. The first one was Spider-Man and Superman, and they faced off against Parasite and Doctor Doom. And then they did, which I remember, Justice League and the Avengers. I forgot who they faced. And then they did one with Teen Titans and the X-Men, and they faced Dark Phoenix and Darkseid.
Yeah.
And I was wow.
Awesome. Peacemaker, personally, I was fucking amazing. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good. I think Austin really enjoyed it too, as we was talking about it last couple weeks. I enjoyed. I know some people didn't like it. I enjoyed it. It was different. It was. I mean,
can't do it.
You didn't care for it. I
can't do it.
I can understand with some people, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it was different, but like I said, it's just, I mean, something. I know some people didn't care for him after what happened in the Suicide Squad movie with him and Rick Flag and all that. But to me it was a fun show. It was a fun show. I know we're getting a second.
No, I don't think with me with the Rick Flag thing. I mean, in Suicide Squad, it's just some of it just didn't hit with me.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. The music. That's the one thing I enjoyed. The music in it. It was some
I think that's what I heard. A lot of people was like the music grabbed them into the thing. So
that's what I think the music and it. Like I said, I'm an 80s 90s kid, so I like a lot of rock music. And there was some songs in there, like especially like when he kept, struggling with his brother's death and his dad. And there was some they had that Faster Pussycat song, which is a real depressing song, but it was sort of perfect scene for what he was going through because he was having, his, problems with his dad and all that. And that's what the song's about. Pretty much the dad wasn't there for him and all that. So there was a lot. They made, that's what James Gunn, so like what he did to Guardians of the Galaxy. He made songs for perfect scenes. And that's what to me, that's what I felt really good about the show. I really enjoyed. So, Tommy, Tommy didn't care for it. I mean, some people liked, some people didn't. I mean, it's all depending on how it goes. Hey, Dandelion, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, girl?
Good to see you.
What up, Dandelion?
Let's see. As far as the DC is too much of a cash cow for Warner Bros. They won't sell it off. I mean, it's worth a lot of money. They don't know what they own. That's the problem with Warner Bros. They got and a good thing about this. The thing about DC. DC is all own. They don't have Sony owning Superman. They don't have Lionsgate owning Aquaman. They own all their characters. All their characters in house. They can do anything. Say we want to make a Justice League movie. Okay, we can do it. We don't have to go negotiate with Sony or Paramount or something to get. Okay, we need to get Aquaman in here, so we got to go. Negotiate. They can make it. They got all the characters. So
that's because Sony owns Spider-Man and Universal, I think, still owns the Hulk.
They got the thing about that. They got we got some new people in here. Danny, hey, I see Danny in here. What's going on, Danny?
What up, Danny?
Yeah, Danny, I got the link in there if you want to. Let me pop it in there again. Well, what was I saying? Well, the thing about the Hulk, Marvel has the right. It's a weird thing. They have the rights to make a movie, but they don't have the rights to release the movie. See, they can make the movie. See, I know that they rumored this World War Hulk movie they're gonna do. So maybe they made a deal with Universal or something. See, they make the movie, then Universal gets the distributing rights. So that's the only that's the only thing. It's a weird combo. So I'm surprised they haven't just say, "Hey, Warner or Universal."
Well, if they do World War Hulk, they're gonna do Planet Hulk first because that's again, that's the Illuminati said like, "Hey, you too dangerous. You gotta send your ass out somewhere else."
Exactly. But as long as they put Hulk as not the main character, they can put him in any film. I think that's the same thing on Namor. They have the same thing on Namor. We may not get a Namor movie because of that same thing, because Universal had those. I don't know how it was one of those deals. Marvel signed back in the 90s, and it's like the Spider-Man. Unless if Sony gets sold, then we'll get the Spider-Man rights go back to Marvel, or they don't make they got to make a movie every 3 years. If they do that, then they will lose the rights.
That's why they
they were forcing out movies like crazy.
20th Century Fox did that lame ass Fantastic Four movie. They want to keep the rights to it. I'm saying like, what?
Okay. Oh, Tommy said Universal lost the rights to the Hulk. It's Marvel's again. Okay, I didn't know. I just know that. Okay, and that must be Namor also. There was rumored Namor is fully. The only thing Namor I know was before Disney bought Fox, because Namor is considered a mutant, and it was tangled in between three parties. So it was tangled between Fox. Marvel had a piece of it, Fox had a piece of it, and Universal had a piece of it. So I know that's why it was never made.
That is true.
So
that is true. Cool. Namor is a mutant. I forgot about that.
There was a time when I lost it. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's good because hopefully, they could bring back a Hulk movie. I hope we don't get a Professor Hulk movie. I hope they bring back an ass
No,
kicking.
I don't like that. That's
You have an ass kicking.
no. I mean, the first Hulk movie was terrible because it was too much.
The Universal, the Universal one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah. But when you did the Incredible Hulk, I like how that went. I like how, that was full of rage and everything. I love that.
Yeah. So Tommy says they are making. I heard rumors, but I didn't know how it was going to go. I was wondering, are they going to be tangled up with Universal with those rights? So, but that must be probably phase 5. I'm assuming because I would assume they're going to at least try to get the Fantastic Four in here before we still got to get Blade, Fantastic Four. There's a lot of characters, before we probably get to that. Let's see.
I swear.
So he is right. He said a World War Hulk is slated for production start this year. Wow.
Nice.
Hey, I'm all for it. If they make it good, definitely. Well, probably don't they have Planet? They'll probably have Planet Hulk in that sort of like a combined. They'll probably combine them like into.
I think it'll be a combine.
Yeah,
it has to be because you got to understand why he goes out of control.
Yeah.
If they do the Fantastic Four, I swear, that would piss me off when they did the second one. They made Galactus a cloud. You do that one more time.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the thing. They gotta see that movie was the Silver Surfer was so perfect in it, and then
that was perfect. What you made Galactus a cloud? I'm like,
it was like guys, we ran out of movie. And the rest of the characters were good. I didn't think they were too bad. Mm-hmm. And it was like the story was okay. And Doom could have been a little bit better. But then it was like, hey, we run out of money. We just got to he's just got to fly in this cloud and we're going to end it. It just was like, I was like, God, it could just, CGI him or something in there or something.
Yeah. That third piece of shit, you got Doom looking like a burned out test dummy, burnt out and everything. I'm like, man, what the hell did y'all do this? I'm like, that. Well, this is no.
We may get some of those characters in Doctor Strange. I've heard that I know possibly Reed Richards. What's his name may reprise it. Chris Evans might replace as the Human Torch, and who knows Jessica Alba. I possibly so I don't know. And that's enough. I was wondering maybe are we gonna get Doctor Doom in this film also? Could possibly I don't know because we're going to all kind of for magic and Doctor Doom's tied up with all that.
No, I know that. Like I said, they said Deadpool might show up. I'm saying like what?
I've heard on Deadpool. I've heard he might be a end credit scene. But it's like he'll say, I know you're allowed to say the F word one time in the film. I've heard that they're going to have him at the end credit scene, and he'll say that he says, "What the is going on in that?" That's what I've been hearing. So that might be the way they pull it. Kavari says both Flash and MOM are multiversal man. Okay, I was who's going to pull it off better?
I say Doctor Strange because already it started with Spider-Man,
yeah.
So I think it's
it's like a two-parter. This is like the second part.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see what the Flash does. Is Ben Affleck going to be in the Flash? That I've heard his Batman character.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill possibly. I don't know.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I would add, you had the animated movie, The Flashpoint Paradox. You had that, and then one of the latest movies, which was the Apocalypse War. At the end, the Flash had to break the speed force to reset time because if we didn't, the world was going to end. So I mean, it's possible. Possible. It might be better, but you had Spider-Man. You got a combination of, let's see, WandaVision, Loki, Spider-Man No Way Home, and now Doctor Strange coming up. So I mean, it's combination, and then with that, because you're gonna have Ant-Man's gonna face Kang. So.
Well, here's another thing. Well, here's another thing with that. Okay, we got that coming out, and then we got this merger coming out. Could the new the CEO? He wants to change things around, and I don't know if he's friendly with Snyder or not. And if there's rumors that the Snyderverse ain't over yet. Okay, when the merger comes up, if we're gonna have this Flash movie. Could you see them? Could you see him possibly? If I don't know, like I said, the Snyder is friendly with him. He may get his universe back, and he might let him continue that Snyder. At least that Justice League 2 to finish off what we had there. With Darkseid and all that. Could that? You think that possibly might happen?
It could.
Dead and gone. I mean.
I don't think he would stop with the Flash movie coming out. I mean, I would say they'll let the Flash movie come out and then let John do his thing. I mean, because I think his vision is great. I mean, here's the thing: you let two people be in charge of your universe, either James Gunn or Snyder be in charge of the universe. And let them tell you how it should be run. The executives need to sit their ass back and let them do it. I think that's the same thing what happened to Rock. Rock said, "Look, you want me to do Black Adam? Let me run it my way, and it'll make the movie great." And I'll bet that movie's gonna kick ass too. So I don't think these executives are not. I think the executives at Warner Brothers just think. Always throw a movie out. We're gonna make money like the Detroit Lions. And it don't work that way. You can't just throw shit out there and it's not gonna work. I mean, you can't. The script ain't working. The direction ain't working. You can't do that. So, I mean, and the thing I always said, if DC just slow down, take their time. You can do something great, but they're trying to rush it and they end up fucking themselves.
Yeah, Kavari says Snyderverse is done. I mean, if they do bring it back, it will be confusing after they do this Flash movie because I think Austinator said you're going to have like 3 or 4 different universes going at the same time, sort of like they do the CW shows, but in the movies, and it would be like it will confuse the hell out of people. Then I wanted him to finish it. If he needed one more movie to finish the Justice League, just get it done. Do it and get done. But they need to get back on get on one track, and it be sort of like Marvel. Every movie has to communicate with each other. We just can't have a movie just fly off the handle way over here.
Oh, yeah, right.
And then
Colony throwing out some like Wonder Woman 1984. What they said before. Nobody's seen you for 100 years. But in 1984, this is a major event that happened worldwide. You mean nobody know that was going on? I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But it's just like the shows where they made Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They try to tie it in to what's going on in the movies until they relaxed off a little bit. But now with Disney Plus, we get shows tying into movies going on. You would think with Warner Brothers, with the CW, you have shows tying in what's going on, and they never did. I don't know why they didn't. You had a Flash already made in the CW. Why didn't you use him in the movies? I mean, I didn't get that. I don't understand that part.
Kavari's he's right where Kavari's saying here is true. Don't forget the BVS and Man of Steel were box office and critical failure. That White Snyder isn't at DC anymore. It's sort of true. I mean, they were. I mean, what they should have been. I mean, you got to think a Batman versus Superman movie. I don't. Tommy probably know what it. I don't know what it ended up doing worldwide, but that should have been $1 billion movie. I'm sorry. When you got Iron Man 3 making $1 billion, and that movie was not that great of a Marvel movie, but you have a Batman versus Superman in the same movie, and Wonder Woman was in that movie also, and I can't remember what it made. I think it made a 500 million, maybe 600. I don't know around that thing, but it should have made $1 billion at least. There's no reason why.
I tell you what. This is what I like about DC animation. If they had did BVS as the animated version of World's Finest with Batman and Superman, that with Lex Luthor and the Joker, I think it'll blow everything out of the water. If they did that, it would have been perfect.
They need to maybe get the head of the DC animation, maybe put him in charge. I don't know if it's multiple people.
And I think, I don't know who, I think it was Robert Storms or somebody. Somebody said the same thing. Why don't they ask the DC animators, what did you do to make these movies? Because I'm telling you, I don't know, maybe. DC kick ass at animated movies. My favorite will always be Batman Under the Red Hood.
It made $873.6 million, and a budget of $250-300 million. So it made money, but it didn't. But like I said, that should have been $1 billion movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it should have been. It should have been. It should have been.
I mean, in the Justice League, well, because it was the Sweden lead or whatever they want to call it. But yeah, that was the first time ever with Batman versus in a live action, and it, that's.
Have you seen World's Finest?
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, World's Finest. It's based from the animated Batman Superman cartoon, and they made a joint, and it was like a 3-parter. Man, that thing is dope as hell.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that.
You might have to do a watch. We might have to do a watch party on that one.
Okay. Yeah, but like I said, I mean that should have. I mean that came out. Like I said, we had Iron Man 3, made over $1 billion. Yep. We had trying to think. So we had a couple of them. It made that same amount. I mean, that's cream of the top of DC. That should have made. I mean, we got Aquaman. Aquaman made $1 billion film, and Aquaman was pretty good. It was not a bad movie. I enjoyed Aquaman.
No, I enjoyed
it. But that wasn't your main DC characters. You had your top. You had 1, 2, and 3. I consider Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That's 3. That's your 3 pinnacles up there.
Right.
Then you go down to Green Lantern, Flash. Then you go whatever, further down. But those are your top 3. I mean, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. That's your top 3. And they were all in the same movie, and you can't make $1 billion. I mean, it's sort of like an Avenger movie. It would be like an Avenger movie, not making $1 billion. $1 billion. It's just
Yeah, there's some. I mean.
Yeah, it's like Kavari said.
I was so disappointed with Batman versus Superman because
Kavari's right on, and I look at it. But Batman versus should have made easily $1.5 billion with 3 biggest superheroes of all time. Facts. I mean, I'm right. I'm right on the money. I'm right on the money. Should have been. Yeah. You have the top 3.
Right. What made it bad was the reason why Batman and Superman fight, because Lex Luthor kidnapped Superman's mother. I'm sitting like, Now, you watch World's Finest. The reason I fight is because Batman is a vigilante and Superman is like a Boy Scout. I mean, I said like, okay, that kind of fits. I like that. And then you had Lex Luthor and the Joker together. But I was like, man, I told somebody, I said, look, World's Finest is a better a great, or the animated Dark Knight cartoon series movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's great too. That's way better than the live action movie.
Yeah, I mean, all
That's
these ideas. That's what I'm saying. All these ideas they have, and these all these guys making these live action. What the hell are they? Where are they getting their damn ideas from? I need to go there and say, hey, bring them on board. Okay, we need some consulting here. You're making these fire animated shows. Well, we need to have those ideas for live action. Well, just like Carvari said, Wonder Woman solo movie made more than BVS, and that was a good movie. That's what made me really upset. Well,
it did.
That movie was fire, and then we got crap. And that's because they let the director, Patty Jenkins, do what she wanted to on that second one, and she sort of did a Last Jedi on us on that one. So that's
yeah.
See, like I said, if you had Kevin Feige, if you had a Kevin Feige in charge and say, hey, no, you're going to do it this way because I need 84 to go and flow in with whatever movie I'm doing next, Birds of Prey or Man of Steel 2, or boom, it's got to flow. You can't just fly off the handle on it.
Birds of Prey. I mean, I watched 45 minutes. I had to jump. I couldn't.
That was trash. Yeah, it was trash. I mean, it had scene, and that's the thing. There's good scenes in every movie, but they just. I mean, Harley Quinn. If we hadn't had Harley Quinn on there, it wouldn't even been worth watching. But
and somebody told me, "Oh, you're just a Marvel lover." I said, "Look, they did Dark Phoenix, 45 minutes. I jumped out of that. I was like, this is terrible."
Both Zack Snyder and WB should take the blame. Everybody involved in it should take the blame on it.
Let me ask, Carvari, do you have his name is Carvari, I believe?
Yeah.
Carvari, do you have a favorite animated DC movie you like? Let's see if he answers that. Like I said, mine is Under the Red Hood, the Flashpoint Paradox, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. I love that. I mean, they can kill it in animation, and like I said, and somebody said, "Why don't you talk to these mugs and get and put your shit together?" Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker is just off the hook.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie.
I know Danny wants that. I haven't seen it, but he always talks about it. There's something about a laughing Batman or something.
The Killing Joke. The Killing Joke.
I don't think it's that one. He always talks. I wish Danny seen
Batman Laughs.
Batman Laughs. He always talks about that.
Oh, that's the one where in another universe, the Joker was afflicting Gotham with a gas. It was killing people, but it affected Batman differently, and he kind of turned into like a Joker.
Yeah, and he always talks about that. I was like, damn, that sounds fire, man. I would love to see that.
Oh yeah, that thing. They do a live version of that. Oh my gosh, yeah. He got Rabbit Robins, like they're like. Oh, they just oh man, that thing. Ooh-wee.
I mean, I like I said, I haven't seen it, but just Danny explained them. I was like, fuck, that's what I want to see, man. I mean,
I'm telling you, if you Google search the Batman Laughs and see how he looks, man, you're like a god. He's like a Marilyn Manson goth looking Batman.
Oh wow. Well, see, I wouldn't even give a shit.
Okay.
I don't care if it connected to any of them. Just hearing that, it's like I'd go watch it just to see that. It could be a one and done movie. That would just, to me, that'd be a fire movie. Just Superman versus Elite, he says, and Batman under the Red Hood. Batman under the Red Hood.
Okay.
That's his
The
favorite.
Elite ain't bad. Okay. The Elite ain't bad. Oh yeah, hey, Superman was about to kill some people in that one. But no, Batman under the Red Hood is fucking dope as fucking hell. That is a bad. Hey, another watch party.
Well, yeah. Well, see, like that, why can't we get that in a live action film? There's so
Yeah, because it's a Robin becomes a Red Hood.
Mm-hmm. Also, what do you think, man? What do you think?
Well, in terms of my favorite animated movies, there's a shit ton. Batman Under the Red Hood being one of them. Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2. Superman Doomsday. Flashpoint Paradox. Batman vs. Robin. Apocalypse War. Judas Contract.
Oh, really? I never seen the Judas Contract, but okay.
It's actually pretty good. What else we got? You know what? Even like the Adam West animated Batman movies, Return of the Cape Crusader, and
I heard about those.
Those are just awesome in their own rights. Most recently, Long Halloween. Those are pretty good. Superman vs. Elite was great too. I liked
exactly. Tommy was always talking about crossovers. Tommy saying if we
All-Star Superman wasn't bad. I mean, there's probably.
Thanks, Rory. Appreciate it, bro.
Mask of the Phantasm was great too. Return of the Joker. I think I have Batman Beyond Return of the Joker on Blu-ray. It's a really good movie.
That's a good movie.
But a lot of these on HBO Max, right? Quite a few of them.
Probably are. They, the first time they did Superman Doomsday, I got a friend, she loves Superman, and she's like, I ain't gonna watch that. No, I ain't gonna watch it because that was an ass whooping. Doomsday was not playing; he was like beating his ass. But the new one, I guess, updated version one, he's really laying into him. I was like, wow.
I tell you, YouTube is on crack.
Yeah, I'll check. Anybody's watching, check and see, because I know a lot of people have been telling me they Parrot had told me the other day because he said I was subbed to you and YouTube took it off. I'm like, I don't know what's crazy. I found on a couple of mine too. I was looking at people I usually watch, and I'm like wondering why I haven't got their seen the videos. I thought some of their they quit YouTube or something, and I found out I'm not subbed to them, or I ain't bell icon, even if because YouTube took the sub thing. I don't know. I don't understand it. Well, that's why Facebook, I can't now. I can't even share in a group in Facebook. I try to advertise the show or anything, and I'm like, what the hell am I banned from? They won't let me share the stream. And then like this stream, I'm streaming to Facebook right now, but I guarantee not one person's seen it because I'll have to go in and fix it again because they'll put it under private. So I'm the only one who can see my own stream going play. So I was like, what the hell? Because I asked people, I said, did you see it? Because I'm like, how am I not getting one view? I'm like, I got 1,000+ friends on Facebook. I know, all over the place. Somebody's going to say, oh, let me look at that. Let me see. So I know him. He's streaming or, he's got a video. I'm like, I looked, I said, I ain't got a view in 3 days on the video. I'm like, what in the world? And I look, it's under private. I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, you're killing me. That's 3 days ago now. So nobody's like, oh, that's old now. But when it's going on, somebody, zooming for the Facebook or something saying, oh, look, then let me just pop it on and just get a view. Even if it ain't a sub or anything, just get a view or something. It's like, wow. But check. Yeah, everybody, check and make sure. They haven't unsubbed you because some reason they do. I don't understand it at all.
See, Jason should have did a poll. Who would win in the fight with your thing you got up there? Who would win the fight, Superman or the Hulk?
I got to figure out how to do that. I don't think I got enough. I got to figure out how to get that poll. I never did one on here. Can you do it for StreamYard? I gotta look for that. Or you have to do
I don't think so. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works.
Well, I know when you get so many subs, you get more options. I think when you're 500, maybe when you get 500 subs or something. I know that's what somebody said you get a community tab or some different things on YouTube when you get more and more subs. So hopefully keep everybody please sub. We'll build it up. We'll add some polls in there if we can. Yeah, I haven't seen the option, so I must not have it yet or something. But,
okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I was thinking like,
I appreciate it, brother. Yeah.
Because people gotta remember, the madder the Hulk gets, the bigger he gets. So it's like,
Yeah.
I know somebody did animated kind of thing of the Hulk versus Superman like years ago. It's on YouTube. I'm thinking it's still up there. But they were laying on each other big time.
This is for you, G. Vari says DC animated studios never disappoint except for the recent movies like Catwoman and Injustice. I haven't seen it.
Don't talk about Injustice.
Injustice.
I've heard some horror stories. I don't know. I don't want to. I haven't seen them though, so I don't know.
Wait. Austinator, what do you think about Injustice?
It is one of the worst DC animated adaptations I've ever seen. Like, it butchers the story. It's everything that went wrong. Like, this is up there to me with like Batman Hush.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me 1 second.
Ooh, yeah. I mean,
Right
I was so disappointed. I mean, it got me intrigued because of what was going on. Because all you guys listening, it was because the Joker did some things wrong and Superman lost his mind. But there was just so many plot holes in this story, and the animation was not good to my point because some seemed similar. I was saying like, this is bad. This is really bad. I think they threw it out because how Invincible was going so well. I think that's why the reason they did it.
Yeah, like it would have been better if they just took the comic book like year one Injustice and used that, because I think that's what its problem was. It was trying to be a combination of all the comic storylines and the game, and it just didn't work. It was a mess. Like, the beginning of it was okay because they were able to adapt like the beginnings of Superman, like being, this bit of a dick, but
right.
But then they butchered it basically after that, and it was just like, oh god, no, really? It's like they got some of the key moments, but at the same time, it wasn't done well enough to even make me care, because it's like,
right.
And then
I paid for it to see that damn thing. I had to pay for pay-per-view to see it. I'm saying like, I wasted my money on this bitch.
I would have been pissed.
Tommy said the last anime I really enjoyed was DC was Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, that one was really good too.
Oh yeah, it's like a past Batman after the Jack the Ripper. I felt that Injustice was it was just disappointing. I mean, the animation was bad, too many plot holes. I was sitting there like, really did this? I mean, if you go back, they had some great. It's oh my gosh, I'm gonna be doing a discussion on Monday about animation, but it's just like What the fuck were you thinking?
Kavari says the problem with Injustice is they tried to force all the story into one movie.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. I mean, it's just it probably could be a two-parter and clean up the animation. Maybe. I think. I would maybe did it that way, but man, that was bad. I tell you, like I said, my favorites are Under the Red Hood, The Flashpoint Paradox, Doom. I like that. When what's the one? The one where they went to another reality. God, I can't think of the name of it. True Crisis. Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's one. That was a good one. I like that one. Then you had Batman versus Owlman. But man, that Injustice was like, you were gone, Jason. I paid for the pay-per-view. I was like, motherfucker, this thing sucks.
Oh, really?
I was mad. The animation. I tell you, the kills were good. That was the only thing good about it. The kills were good, but the storyline got.
Kavar says, "Gee, Major, are you excited for Sandman?" Personally, I don't know much about Sandman.
See, I don't know much about it either. It's gonna be intriguing to see. We'll see how it goes. I'm intrigued. I heard about the storyline, but we'll see.
See, they announced they are making a Wonder Twin series. What the fuck? Wonder.
That sounds like a CW thing. Old schoolers like me. Yeah, I mean, if you do it right, okay, it could be fun. But I don't know. They need to make I thought it would be dope if you do a Batman Beyond movie and you have Michael Keaton play Batman and then Robert Pattinson play Maguire, and I thought that would have been kind of cool.
I was always wondering if maybe they would do a Batman Beyond and bring Keaton back in that. I've heard that years ago. That possible something on that, but that would have been interesting. That would have been very interesting. I don't know.
And then if you do it, take your time. If it works well, then the next one you do a Batman Return to the Joker version. Oh yeah, that'd been fucking killer.
As long as the live action people don't mess it up, that's the problem. As long as they don't mess it up.
Right.
Then you'll ruin that animation series for you. Like, damn it, man.
It's the damn source material. Follow the source material. Don't fucking do some dumb shit.
God, because I just would love to, but what if, you do a what if? What if Kevin Feige was at DC instead of Marvel? God, what if, if you could actually just think of in your mind, go back if he says, I'm going to DC. Could you imagine? Imagine the storylines we would have got.
No, look, here's the thing you got to think about. DC was still making movies. They was at the theaters doing it. Marvel couldn't get nothing out. They were about to go bankrupt until they started when they had Blade. And I was like, let's think about this for a second. And then when the X-Men came out, they said, all right, we're going to make a studio. And that's when everything started rolling. Blade's the reason why everything got started.
Yeah.
When they did Blade, shit.
And Warner Brothers did Blade. That's the thing about it. That was under New Line Cinema. It was now it's Warner.
Yeah.
Ted Turner's company was New Line, but it's now basically Warner Bros. Because I don't even think there's New Line. Kavari says, "What about what's going on with the Green Lantern and Superman in DC?" We don't know. That's the thing. We don't really know. That's the thing. Superman. I know Green Lantern. Supposedly they're working. I've heard they're working on a Lanterns or something. A show called Lanterns or something.
Yeah, Lanterns.
I don't know. Is that an anime? I don't know if that's an animator or that's a live act. I'm not sure. Superman. I don't know. See, we don't know if Henry Cavill's still going to do continue or. I know they were going to do another. I don't know if it was the different another suit. I don't know. They've been rumors on Superman, but nothing's. JJ. I know JJ Abrams. When he went to Warner Brothers, he was supposed to be in control of this, and I heard nothing from what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard anything.
Yeah, I know.
But it's funny. It's funny. What is funny? Because, like I said, DC controls the animation storylines and everything. Marvel cannot do. I mean, they did an anime story with the Punisher and Black Widow, which was okay. And then Disney X did Marvel's The Avengers Earth Final Serials, which was great. I thought it was good because they followed comic book. But then they changed up and did Avengers Assemble, and that's just like, what the fuck?
They made that off the movies. I liked the Earth Mightiest Heroes. I liked it better.
Oh yeah, it was like straight up. You had Doom. I'm like, you had the Skrulls in there, which was what we're gonna get is Secret Invasion. You had that
was a fire show for its time. It was really well done. That was made right before Disney. Didn't they making that right before Disney bought Marvel? Wasn't that show or right at it? Because I know everything changed once Disney took over, and then they went to Venture.
They had Disney bought Marvel, and then I think it was like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, okay.
That came out, but yeah, they had Hydra in there. You had Stroker. You had
definitely.
Yeah, Baron Zemo. You had a true version.
The Guardians of the Galaxy were in there. That's how I finally I saw the Guardians.
My favorite episode is the Ultron Imperative. When Ultron got a hold of the shield, he's going to launch nuclear missiles. I was like, damn. They had to stop his ass. That's my favorite episode. I was like, damn, that is dope as fuck.
I agree with you. JJ should never touch any of the DC IPs. Just look at Star Wars. Yeah, well, probably Star Wars is that was Kathleen Kennedy. JJ had a part of it, but yeah, that second movie sort of. I want to blame him, but then it's hard to blame. He got brought back, and he was, it's kind of. I mean, he got brought back, and he's like, "What the hell am I going to do? You already killed my villain. You killed the Luke. Yeah, and you just left me out with nothing." So I mean, he sort of had to do. I mean, it was rushed. That was the problem with that movie, that last Star Wars. It was rushed. They should have waited another year. Consult George Lucas a little more. Try to figure out how something. I know, or I don't know. It's hard to get. Everybody says that Disney's going to retcon those 3 movies. I promise they made $1 billion. So Disney's not going to look at it. I mean, I would like if they go back and do some editing, maybe like George Lucas did the originals and fix some things up, maybe. But I mean, let's say like there's a way that to happen is they can. I know that thing with the World Between Worlds, if they do it, but I doubt they're going to do it. I think Danny and all them was talking that they probably ain't going to do that. But They could. It's there because they did throw that little element in there. How they got Ahsoka back, but who knows? But that's a whole other story, man.
Right.
DC's problems to Star Wars, man. That's another 3 or 4 hour stream there. That's a you get into.
Right.
Hey, Austinator, did you ever watch the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
Yes.
JJ should be.
What do you think about
airlock?
You know what? I thought it wasn't half bad. It's not my favorite Marvel animated thing. Like, I think it's definitely better, but I will say it is probably the best Avengers animated show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It's rewatchable. That's the thing. It's rewatchable.
Yeah.
Right.
Compared to What If, something like What If, I will never watch again. I might watch 1 or 2 episodes, but most of What If, I didn't really watch again.
I really? Watched that over
some of it was a little. There was some good ones, and there was some that was just like crap.
Doctor Strange story.
That was a good one. That was one of the best ones.
That was a fucked up ending. I said because I did with Enzo. I was with Enzo, and I said we watched that. We had the watch party. Me and Enzo said, yes, this is the best fucking
series. That was one of the best ones. That was one of the best ones. That one, that's what we're seeing in Doctor Strange too. That's a lot of that we're going to see there.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like that. The first 2 episodes, the first one was okay. The second one, yeah. But then when you got to the one where they get murdered, I'm like, what the fuck going on here? Shit.
Yeah,
no, the one with Hank. Hank was killing the Avengers and shit.
Oh yeah. When he had the head, or what was? Oh god, yeah. There was some certain parts that was like, okay. Kavari says rumors as Warner Brothers wants James Wan to direct the next Justice League movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's really the director. Well, I mean, he'd probably be a good director. They need a story. They need a story first. He needs to have a good story. That's the only thing. And he's his stuff is all over the place. It's like a messy house. You want to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the peanut butter is over here and by the toilet, and the freaking jelly's over here in the laundry room, and the breads one piece is over here, and it's like you don't know where the hell's. That's the problem. But Justice League, you got to have a organized universe.
It almost like you got, it's almost like dump everything, start from scratch.
That's about
it's just that's the point. I can see him doing it, but you're gonna start from scratch. It's like, hey, you that, and like I said, that was fine with DC. They did talk about doing a Justice League movie, and a lot of people backed out of it. And then Marvel said, you know what, we're going to do Iron Man. And then all of a sudden, they started a chain reaction.
Yeah.
And that's how they got to get through the thing. Warner Bros. All of a sudden freaked out and just thought, we're going to throw this out here. Think we're going to make money. No, it don't work that way.
Yeah. Well, he says because James Wan did Aquaman too. Well, I mean he probably would do a good job. But the problem is this: he needs everything in line. I mean, it wouldn't matter if you had James Cameron or James Wan or Steven Spielberg. If you got a clusterfuck universe, it don't matter who you are. They're gonna come in there and like, what the hell am I? Because you have nothing organized, no storylines, and it's like. How are we going to make a movie out of this? I mean, he probably made a damn good movie.
They're going to have to start over. That's all it is.
I'm saying, go have to start fresh from the top 3, and then work it out. He was saying excited about the Batman, and will it top the Dark Knight? I don't think it'll top the Dark. I'm excited about it. I think this one will be sort of like it may do better. Batman Begins. I like Batman. They're on the Dark Knight trilogy. I like Batman Begins. I think it'd be like that. It will be it's going to be a good movie, but if it, it's going to probably make the sequel like that, The Dark Knight. I think the sequel will probably be a big blockbuster. I think this one will do good, but I don't think it's going to $1 billion movie. I don't think it's $1 billion yet, because people are a little wary about the actor and all. If he nails it out of the park, it may do good, and then everybody, when that sequel comes out, everybody's going to be right on board. Like The Dark Knight did. Everybody, when The Dark Knight, Batman Begins it did good, but it didn't do like Dark Knight numbers, and then so. I mean, what do you think, Austin? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
I mean, it's gonna at least make close to $1 billion. I would say it's gonna make at least 500, maybe 700 million. But I don't know if it'll make. I mean, it has a chance, mainly because there's nothing really competing with it for and at least. I mean, I really wouldn't say Morbius would be like a top contender. So I mean.
Oh no.
And it's all big China too. If it makes $1 billion, if China lets it play, that's another thing. I mean, it should do good. Like I said, I mean, Spider-Man didn't need China to make the $1 billion, and almost getting close to $2 billion. If it had got China, it would have made $2 billion already.
Right.
People are excited, but they're not as excited as it was for Spider-Man. People were busting at the seams in August went for that movie to come out. I mean, people are excited about Batman, but they're not. Trying to say as excited. There was just so much. There was, especially with those 3 Spider-Man coming together. That was just such a massive, something. People. It was like one in a lifetime experience. So, but the people is excited. The Batman, they're excited. It just, to me, I think it's going to do good. But if it does good, the sequel is going to be a massive hit. I think that's what's going to happen.
Right. I agree.
Prediction. We'll see. You can do domestic and worldwide. I think I do about 750 to 800. Domestic. We're all open again, so they pretty much ain't no. Probably.
I'll go with 450.
350, 4 maybe. If. Let's see what that first week does. Like, they got people predicting it ain't going to break 100. If it doesn't break, that first week makes a big difference on what, I know Spider-Man had legs and kept going, but you need to have a big first week, to get that, it needs to break 100 at least. It needs to break 100.
I can tell you what, I just checked the box office because my brother wants to go see it. And the Thursday opening, there's no seats bought yet. So,
really? Well, that's why they lowered the prediction. They had it up at 100, and they lowered it down to like 75 to 80. That's what they were lowered. And then Fad told me earlier they bumped it back up. So on that box office mojo, and then people into that. I guess they can look at numbers and stuff and all that. But I meant, I would just say it needs to get close to 100, or at least. Or try to get over 100, because if it comes in there and makes 50 or 60, it's doomed. I know I know word of mouth. I know word of mouth and all that, but there's very few movies that's ever did better the second week than the first week. So you think if it makes 60, the next week it's only going to make 40 the most, usually 45, and then it's going to go to 20, and you do that, you're not even going to make 200 million worldwide. So it's got it. Yeah, got it. That's even the big movies. The ones that made 100 million. Next week they make 50 to 60, but and then they're not going to be on HBO. See, one thing it's good, it won't be on HBO Max, so that forces people to go out to the theater if they want to see it.
Yeah.
So that will force it. If they would have kept it on HBO Max, it would have doomed it too. Look at Matrix. Matrix has doomed itself on 4, but that doomed it more. If that Matrix 4 wouldn't have been on HBO Max, it probably would at least made good, and then it would have bombed because everybody would have pissed, and then word of mouth would have killed the movie. It would have probably killed the movie. It was already dead anyway. But I'm just saying. But even if this movie is bad, people are going to go out that first week, and if it is not good, it'll kill that second week. But it's got to do good that first week for even if it does not, satisfy people to Spider-Man or Shang-Chi levels. Well, that's what I was saying. If that movie does under 100, there was numbers they were given. They said Shang-Chi could open up higher than it on its own, and it shouldn't. Shang-Chi was in the middle of a pandemic where half those theaters were closed, and bad. So, and everything's pretty much open now. If Batman cannot beat Shang-Chi, I like Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi was good, but I'm just saying Batman should beat Shang-Chi. I mean, Shang-Chi was a great movie, but it's a not well-known character compared to Batman. I mean, everybody in the world knows who Batman is. So, there's no reason that it shouldn't do at least better than Shang-Chi on the opening weekend. So, especially not, since pandemic is closing down and theaters are open to capacity. So let's see what great stream got here. I appreciate it. Very appreciate. Thank you for the sub, brother. I appreciate. If you have any Austin, check out Austin's channel and G Major's channel also. But yeah, it's definitely. I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, it's like I said. It needs to break 100. It needs to get 100 at least. It needs to get 100 because Doctor Strange is going to get over 100. That movie, what did Spider-Man open up? What was the opening weekend? Austin, you remember?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi top. Okay, Shang-Chi opened up with 22 million. So
for the weekend,
everything go on, yeah. Let me see, Spider-Man.
We had more than that, didn't it, for the whole weekend?
Yeah, it did. Shit. Hold on, shit. Let me get back at it. Shang-Chi. Over the weekend. Shang-Chi tops with strong 22 million weekend for Marvel's 177 million come. So that must be worldwide, I think. That's what I'm thinking. Hold on.
Yeah.
This is Forbes. That's what they say.
Opening weekend. I think it got, I can't remember. Somebody said it got close to 70 or 80 or something like that.
So, I think it was 90. I think it was 90.
Maybe 90, 80 or 90 or something like that. Yeah, somewhere around that. Yeah. And Batman and Spider-Man was what? God, it was 100. Did it get?
It was retarded.
Yeah, it was a high number. I was trying to say. I know it ain't gonna get that kind of number, but Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is going to break 100. He's definitely going to break 100. So, but Batman, it will. That's why I said Batman's got to break 100. At least break 100 for opening weekend. Because you can't count on China. Like I said, they haven't released hardly any U.S. films this year, which that's big blockbusters, at least 100 to 200, 200 or 300 million for a film, which that's like we was talking about it. I think on Basco show that we was talking about it, Avatar 2. I just don't see it making what the first one make. It might do good, but it's just been too long in the way to
260 million.
The Spider-Man opening weekend. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean that was way hyped. I look for Doctor Strange to make 150.
I think Doctor Strange will make over 100. I think it will.
150, 160.
It's a continuation. It's a continuation.
It might get close to it. It might pop a 200. You never know. Because, I mean, there's a lot in there, man. But I think at least Doctor Strange will make 160. 160. At least. I bet that low end opening weekend. Domestic. So as I said, Batman's got to break 100. If Batman comes in there at 60, 65, 70, it's got a long ways. Even if it's a good movie, and that's the thing sucks. It could be a good movie, and it pulls in that kind of a tally, because people are not unsure. Say, "Oh, we're just going to wait till DVD because we're not sure about Patterson and all this." It's like I said, it's gonna, the factory of WB DC is gonna ain't gonna shut down, but it's gonna be on halt. They're gonna say, "Well, we need to hold off on this. We're gonna hold off on that," and so because they got a lot. Like I said, they got a lot of movies coming out this year. They got 4 to 5 right there in this little time frame. You got the Batman, Black Adam, Flash, Aquaman, and then you got Shazam right behind it, and I think it's it right there. All they're right there. So they don't want to change reaction. They just like bomb, because that's the problem with the DC. You get 2 bad movies, you get 1 decent movie, then you get another bad one. So
Yep. So.
Yeah. Austin, you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, I didn't know if we didn't put you to sleep or anything. We start rattling and keep going, man. That's what I told you. I said when somebody popped in Star Wars, I said, "Dude, we'll be here to 6 in the morning." We start to mention the Star Wars and JJ stuff. That'd be going to 6 or 7 in the morning. But yeah. So what else? G? What's else new, brother? What is new?
Not much, man. I've just been chilling, man. I don't know you know about dealing with the little prostate thing.
Yeah, you were telling me about it. I caught your stream. I see that's the thing about YouTube. They don't notify me, and I saw the replay you streamed earlier, and I was like, damn it! I said because I usually got everybody on the bells for when I'm at work, to show somebody streaming for I can listen. At least I can listen. I may not be able to see it but I at least have to listen to them. Listen to people talk and stuff. What's going on when I'm working. So it gives me a little bit of entertainment. So I was like, and I see you had a replay. I was like, oh shit! I said, why the hell didn't get a bell reset? And then they unbelled me. Or what that little bell thing? They unbelled me. And that's why I was Tommy was saying about YouTube taking subs away. I mean, there's a couple of people I usually watch and check out every week, or listen to, and I'm like, damn, where's this person at? I haven't seen or heard nothing from them in weeks. Are they they quit? Did they take a break? Did they quit YouTube? Because some people just up and leave or quit. They found out they unsubbed me or they unbelled me or something. I was like, it's crazy. So
wow,
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, Danny's been popping on with old school house stuff. So I decided, I said, you know what, I'm going to do some old.
You and Danny need to do that versus, man. I need it. You and Danny need to do that versus, man. I'm telling you, man. I think Danny be fearing you, man. I mean, you start popping some of them old tunes in there. Oh shit! You'll have to do like
Danny knows mainstream house. I know the underground. So it can be funny to have, because the songs he asked for, it's some that cross over into mainstream. So I was like, because I was going to tell him, I said, look, a lot of people don't ask for, don't make requests for DJs in the house scene because they went to the DJ. So because he asked for Gypsy Woman, 3 Ain't No Eternal. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. But they're more of a mainstream club songs that, mainstream. I said, that's why, because when I do the Wednesday thing, I'm not only on YouTube, I'm on Twitch. So, and on the Twitch side, you got more people.
Yeah.
And they're more the underground kind of scene. So, it's kind of funny. So, it's kind of cool. So.
Keep it up, bro. It's awesome, man. I was listening to it. I was like, I just listening to them tunes, man. I was working harder, man. It made me go. I tell you, man, it does, man.
It's kind of fun because I'm part of the group, and we've been around since 1996. We always do. And you don't know about it. Marina probably knows about it. Marina Tucker knows about it. we have a big festival up here Memorial Day weekend called Movement. It's a big electronic music festival because a lot of people don't know Detroit started techno. And I always get gripped about how you started techno because techno was kind of started by African Americans being a sound for a futuristic African American society, and it started here. And we have a festival here every Memorial Day weekend, and we get people from around the world come to Detroit. I have met people from Brazil, Japan. It's crazy. Our group does a pre-party the day before to celebrate our anniversary. And man, it's just nuts. It's just
nice.
Now people come into town for our party to get going. So it's a great time.
Cool. Was it last year? Was it sort of scaled back, or did they still have it?
No, we never had it. The last 2 years we did.
They didn't have it last year at all. Okay, so this year,
this year we have it full force this year.
Nice. And
and
you know what's so good about that? It helps the economy out, helps businesses out. You know, because you got a lot of people coming in there, and it's just I know.
The place we do it is called Bookies, and they used to have just a regular bar, just 2 levels, but this time they moved to another place where we got 4 levels. So we got like 4 floors, like the main floor, the VIP.
Nice.
Upstairs is like a sports bar, and then outside is a patio. So we got 4 floors to play around with.
Nice. And y'all do the pre-show to the big festival, then they have the big festival.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
It started at 2:00, ends at 2:00 in the morning, and it's like 4 floors, and it's just insane.
Actually, where I live, they're having next week. They're having a festival like literally 2 miles from my house. It's called the Okeechobee Music Festival, but a lot of the music there is under a lot of underground. I've never heard none of that. I've heard a couple groups in the past, and some of them, but they got a lot of underground, a lot of European. There's a lot of Europe because we had a lot of Europeans come over to this festival because there's a lot of, I guess, British and Belgium, and they got different underground music. I mean, some of it's really cool. Actually, Snoop Dogg was here 2 years. The year before the pandemic, he came and he was the head host guy out there. So Snoop, George Clinton's going to be here this year. He's the special host. Him and his band. So I mean,
I'll tell you a story. It's called Movement, the Electronic Music Festival, and you can look it up on YouTube. And a couple years ago, they had Snoop perform. So Snoop's going to do a set. Well, I didn't go that day. It was on a Monday. Like I said, it's Memorial Day weekend. It was the last day of Memorial Day. My Facebook went ballistic. And I'm sitting like, what's going on? Well, Snoop was there with another guy, just with a laptop, playing music. And they were not playing electronic music. Snoop played Journey's Don't Stop Believing. People were like, what? And some people was like, we're going to go to the main stage until we heard that. And he walked away. I was like, oh my gosh. I was laughing my head off. I'm like, Snoop, what are you doing? It was the funniest thing in the world. I mean, my Facebook went ballistic. I was like, oh, okay. But
it's a 4-day festival though. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he was out there. I'm trying to think some of the bands. Yeah, it's a lot. They got. I'm sure you've heard of Skrillex. You know, he was here. He was here. I'm trying to think because we had the pandemic.
I used to go down. I used to go down towards South Beach when they have the Winter Music Conference, and they had Ultra Fest.
Oh yeah, that's in Miami. Yeah. A lot of bands there that were here.
Yeah, I think that went to garbage because they kept on moving it. I think they moved it one time and people couldn't get a bus. They had to walk like 2 miles to get to the place. So, but with the private parties at the clubs are off the hook.
Yeah. Well,
Somewhere
this is out in
like,
the middle of nowhere. This is out by my. This out in the middle of nowhere. It's like a 300 to 400 acre. It was going to be a horse ranch, but they built like these perfect roads around it, and there's big lakes around it. And they got it where they got like 3 big stages. It looks like Woodstock. They got like 3 big stages out there and the campground, all that. They got it set up. But yeah, they have Skrilla. I'm sure there's another one. Bass Nectar. Have you heard of them? They do electronic.
Yeah.
They were there.
Yeah.
They've been there a couple of years, and then different type. Lamar. Was it Killen? What's his name? How do you say his name?
Lamar.
Killen. He was there. He's been out here.
Wow. Okay.
Hazley or whatever. She's been there. Foster the People. I'm trying to think of some I've heard of. Hall & Oates was out there. They're an older band. Robert Plant was out there one time. Is older.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think. A lot of it's newer age, like some I've never heard of, but I was listening, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, like that's the night Skrillex was out there. He was, like I said, on where my house is. You have to go around this road, but my house is like literally 2 miles like dead east, and you could see the lights going. And when he was playing his music, it was my windows were vibrating. You go, my sliding door, you could feel it go back and forth. It was like you feel it vibrating. I was like, holy crap! It was pretty interesting.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm gonna jump. I got stuff to do in the morning.
Yeah, we're gonna end it pretty soon. Go ahead and shout out your channel and all that. We're gonna end it pretty soon because I didn't realize how late it was. But shout out to Channel G.
Yeah.
Where to find you?
The problem is G Major, just G.Major, and I do What Up Doe on Mondays. About to get back into it. I think one of the topics we're going to talk about this Monday is what is the worst Batman movie, and we're going to talk about Cartoon Network. So that's going to be a thing we're going to talk about. And then I got the mixes go on. The classic. I'm starting a new thing. Classic House mixes. I'm going to start posting those. Maybe like a noonday thing. So that's it.
What time Monday? What time Monday is going to be?
I think I'm at 7:30. Send
me a thing on Twitter when you do, or send me a send out because if I don't get it, I can listen to it, or I might if you got it open, I can pop in there.
Yeah, for sure. Austinator, you're welcome.
Like I said, I get these. I said they unbail me sometimes, and I was like, I don't even get find out when people are streaming and stuff. I hit the bot already. I seen there was a bot popping there, but yeah, definitely send it to me, guys. Check it out. I always check out the replays, and I'm like fire, man. So definitely, I'll be at work, but sometimes I can pop on. Maybe I pop on, or I'll be definitely. If not, I'll definitely be listening to it.
For sure. All right, guys, have a good evening.
Yep. All right, G, I appreciate it, brother. Austin, you still, brother?
Yeah, I'm still.
Go ahead and shout out your channel, brother. We'll call all night and get some sleep.
Yeah, I got my own channel where tomorrow, me, Angry Care Bears, and I think Jonathan Talks. We're gonna be reviewing the next the first Matrix movie. But the following Saturday, Austinator and Friends Talk Pop Culture, where it's me, Jerry for the win, Jonathan Talks, and Angry Care Bears. We are going to be reviewing Spirited Away. It's an anime movie.
Oh, yeah.
And I do a bunch of other stuff, too. Sundays, usually on the weekly wrap-up on Chris Knight's channel. Review 3000, Guy Scar's channel on Wednesdays for the Hangout. You can find me here late on Friday nights for the Late Night Snack Show on the Jasonlee Tucker Statement. And you can find me on Ninjoid's channel on Fridays, and you can find me on my Twitter at the Austinator17. Sometimes I tweet, sometimes I retweet, sometimes I don't. It's a lottery. Come check me out. Jason, thanks for having me on.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, we went a little later than we usually do. We don't usually go this late, but we had some good guests, good topics, and we just kept going, man. That's why I didn't want to get into that Star Wars because it kept going and all that all night. But yeah, guys, I appreciate everybody that came in tonight. Check, like I said earlier, please subscribe if you haven't. If you enjoyed the show, check if you have subscribed, check and make sure YouTube hadn't unsubscribed to me or Austinator, because he knows. I mean, it's funny how we have something. That's why I noticed how I was watching your subs. Sometimes you'll go up and you lose down 4, and they're like, "How do I lose?" That's because YouTube's taking some of your subs away, and then people think you left YouTube or whatever's going on. But check it out, guys. I appreciate that. Streams. I'm trying to think. What are we on? We're on Friday. So I don't think I have anything on Saturday. Sunday. I'm gonna try. I got to do a wrestling stream. I had some indie shows. I've been trying to get Eric and him that went with me to that show, and I was gonna do it last week. So maybe this weekend if we get a chance, if I get him to get his equipment working. But Sunday, I know not this Sunday, but I think at the end of the month we got Moon Knight coming out. So Chris Knight probably gonna have his round tables. What usually he says he's gonna start having 2. So look forward to that. Me and Austinator probably be on one of them if he still does 2 of them. So check out Kale on the Chaos Central channel. Sunday night at 11 and on Honstar's channel. If you like music, he has that Name That Tune show. We're looking for contestants right now, tryouts. Austin, if you're free, man, if you like music and try it out, it's like at 11 o'clock, I believe, on Honstar's channel.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not really like.
It's
I like
fun.
music, but
yeah, it's fun to hang out. If you're in I think he's got rock, country, pop, TV tunes, different things. He's looking for a couple more people. So anybody interested, or just come watch. You can watch me and Elihu usually on there. We're usually goofing off or something, and got some other great people on there. Deej is on there, Chris. Han when he's not working, but he's with Chris and like the DJ. D just running it. Fun show. Check it out. If you want to be a contestant, send Deej or Chris and I a DM or find him on Twitter, and he definitely comes. They're looking for like 8 more contestants on that. Wednesday, we got Basco's show at 8 o'clock. The Hangout. Me and Austinator on there on his show. Great show. We talk about pop culture, fun things. He's changed it up a little bit here and there, different things. 8 o'clock Eastern. Check it out. Later that night, 11:15. I didn't have a show last week, but if everything goes well, I have the coffee break with Mike Stones, a local coffee producer here in Okeechobee. He has special blends, different things. This is a casual show. We talk about events, world news, maybe a little entertainment, different things. It's a shorter show. Check it out. We talk about coffee. Usually everything's very late on coffee and hangouts type thing. And then back here on Friday night, we'll try to bring some action. Oh, we got we'll have to see. Are you going to go see Batman on Friday or anything? Also, if you are, we can always delay the show. I don't know. You planning on going Friday to go see the Batman?
I'm probably not gonna see it Friday.
Okay. If Neil, unless I'll start anything like back here Friday 11:15. If we get to see it, hey, we might. If we get to see it, if we do get to see it early or something, we'll discuss it. We'll maybe have a little discussion about it. If not, we'll talk about what we've heard, or maybe or different things, or anything else news come out. So definitely check us out 11:15 Eastern. And I appreciate everybody that came in tonight. We had Tommy. Jack's Law popped in there. Kavari popped on. I see Danny was in there. Go back. Dandelion Fluff. Fab was in here early with us. G was in here with us. Josh from Order of the Reverend. Physical Pickle. His first time ever to show. I appreciate it, brother. Moore was here. Poe stopped by. Nindroid stopped by. What we got? I think Courtney stopped by. Yes, Courtney. And I think that was it. So, guys, check it out. I appreciate it. And y'all have a great night. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.